She says there are 3 streams.
Nice.
Oh, I just got a notification.
Hey, at least a stream is live.
Who knows?
There's no one here, but there's a stream going.
Apparently there's other ones going as well.
Well, this one says there's a stream.
Says,
Al,
evening, folks.
don't put it up there.
Oh, I know. I just didn't tell you.
Hold on, everyone. We're trying to figure out what's going on here with the stream. That looks like a stream.
This is the one that I'm seeing.
This is what I'm seeing too.
Okay. They both say top chat.
Side live chat.
Hey, Zappiel. This is over already.
Live chat. Yeah, something like that. Super Bowl interference. I think they're trying to sabotage us to keep us from taking away views from the Super Bowl. It's okay. 49ers going to win. Let me view that, pop that out. Why don't you chat with them for a minute while I configure some stuff?
Futon02, Lord Raiden, Russell Sparks, Zappiel, Patrick. It's a tough competition with the show in Miami. No kidding.
No. My hips
Tim
don't lie
Happy.
either.
That's right. Tim Happy, Mr. I'm going to terribly mangle your last name. Heuer? H-E-U-E-R.
Where are you seeing it? Oh, there we go.
Gary.
Hewer?
Hewer? Daughter of Ra.
Go Chiefs. He's banned. He's out of here.
Shush. Lord Raiden says, did you get the email about the farm and fleet sale on DeWalt batteries?
I did not. It has been my birthday week or weekend. And I have been trying to spend it with the Cubs as much as possible. From the time I got up this morning, I did my for my other channel, my Geek Health, I had to do my weigh-in, which is every Sunday. But that took 10 minutes. I did my weigh-in video. I uploaded that. And we've been playing board games up until the Super Bowl. And then I'm not that into NFL these days. But the kids wanted to watch it. So I was like, okay, we'll put it on. And we've been sitting there and we've been watching it. She's been wearing her, where are they? Your earphones.
Oh, yeah. I had to wear the anti-cowbell.
You should go get them.
What are you about to say about me while I'm gone?
Nothing.
You
I
guys
can
need
say
to
about
fill
it when
me
you're
in.
here if you're wearing them.
Steven, happy birthday. Before
Happy
I wander off.
birthday!
Yay!
All right, we got a new mic placement. Instead of over here where it's been before, kind of craning over trying to get the misses, it's now right, the Death Star is right here. If you hear some loud noises and stuff, it's Las Vegas in the winter. Las Vegas in the winter, we get winds. There's a huge set of mountains just like right there. Right there. The tallest mountain in the region is literally 20 miles from us. And there's another, I don't know if you can hear that. We get these winds that just come down like nobody's business. And they rip across. And I've been to Chicago. I know what the Windy City's like. The Windy City's and Livingston, where we spend our summers, they're like, it's the windiest place. For some reason, I end up in all these places where wind is the big thing. The maintenance man in the house. Good evening, Bear, Mrs. Bear, and hello, everyone else. Hit that thumbs up, he says, with the $9.99, let's call it the $10 holler. And where's the bell? What did you do with, did you lose our bell? Oh, you got me my bell. Give me. You weren't here. You don't get it. Nope. I get the.
It says, good evening, Bear and Mrs. Bear.
The headphones.
And hello, everyone else.
The headphones. I get the protection.
Dad.
What?
Really?
Am I allowed to use my computer?
Nope.
Why not?
Because it is no computer weekend. You're not going to come here and say hi to everyone?
No,
He has no shirt on.
I know. Why didn't you come here and say hi?
because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right, go.
maintenance man, thank you so much.
That's so much more sensible when I can't hear it.
That's right.
Oh, there's a Labrador.
Hi.
Hi, Labrador.
Okay, she's
You wanna
going to
come
lose
in?
her mind.
Hold on.
Lose her
Come
mind.
here. Say, oh my gosh, hi. Are you excited about the 49ers? Are you the Super Bowl? Are you excited that people are eating steak?
She's excited about steak.
Yeah. Everyone's eating steak. I'm on one meal a day, so I had my lunch. It was not steak. It was good because my loving wife made it for me. But it was not
He knows
steak.
that I will stab him if he doesn't say
No, it's not true. Totally true.
that. He's all, don't leave me.
How do you do H?
Help.
Help. There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's say hi to everyone. Southern Homestead in the house. Kirk's here. Daughter, Raw, Jeff, Toey, Danny Cam. At Dentil's, when will Hercules come out with a 20-volt vacuum? Your guess is as good as mine. Although 2020 is supposed to be the year of Hercules. So let's keep our fingers crossed. James' happy birthday. Joe Smith and friends. Very nice. I like the update. Happy birthday. Schnauzer Daddy.
Zaffiel saying happy birthday to Steven because it's
Hold on.
Steven's birthday today.
Schnauzer Daddy says yesterday was my daddy's 90th.
Oh.
Heck yeah. Happy birthday to Schnauzer Daddy's daddy. My birthday was past Thursday. DR Falcon, of course. Happy birthday. Zaffiel's in the house. Happy birthday to both Steve there and, of course, to me because I know he means it. What's up, everyone? Toolhead's in the house. We got everyone. Southern Homestead's here. Lord Raiden, Steven, Maintenance Man, Jacob Suarez, only one Mr. X, only one Mr. Y. Who won the game? It's not over yet. We're just past halftime. I can tell you who won right now. My opinion on who won? Who's my opinion on who won?
The Niners.
Christina Aguilera.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Shakira.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Shakira. Christina Aguilera. Who's Christina Aguilera? I confused the two. Shakira totally beat J-Lo. I got to be honest. If you're watching the show, if you watch the halftime, J-Lo had this leather outfit on, and when she turned around and bent over in front of the camera, I thought she was wearing a silver pad with wings.
It looked like a feminine
hygiene
commercial.
It was bad.
Wrong.
You know, when you talk about halftime things that go wrong, that was about as wrong as it gets. PJ Kentucky in the house. How's it going? Labrador going to watch the Puppy Bowl. Oh, she probably is off to watch the Puppy Bowl. Ronald Smith, then Tools. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, national holiday. Bruce Lee here in Florida. Oh my gosh, I love Bruce Lee. Who won the game? No one yet. You look 5 years younger. Yeah, I trimmed that. I got the whiskers were driving me nuts. It's been so warm around here. Usually what I do is I let the whiskers grow out over the winter, help keep me warm. It's kind of like my natural bear scarf kind of thing. Speaking of bears, we got a new bear in the house for my birthday. We got a new cub. His name is Corum. I love him so much. My kids and family adopted Corum for me. He's up at the Yellowstone. If you're near West Yellowstone, hold on, I got to remember the name of it. The Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center in West Yellowstone.
Which we tried to go to last time and then ran out of time.
So we have to admit, Corum has a problem.
Yep.
He has adopted himself to human food.
That's why he's part of our family.
That's why he's part of our family. And after the third time they caught him in town eating food and garbage and stuff.
Trying to be friends with the locals.
Yeah, trying to be a little too close, a little too friendly.
To be neighborly with
try to give
snacks.
hugs to the Chinese tourists.
Yeah.
Warm, wet, sloppy, delicious hugs with an au jus on the side. They trapped him and they sent him over, but he's doing great. His favorite snack is coconuts.
Yeah.
So we've sponsored him for the year. If you're in the West Yellowstone area, you can go by and you can visit him. He's now part of the official mascot of the Den of Tools. Yeah. So stop by and say hi. Eric's Variety Channel's in the house. Finally caught you all live. A Copen, J Tool Shed, RC Pops, William Logan in the house. Hey, you doing, William?
Terry says, hi, Bears. What's up? Thank you so much. And daughter, I'm going to try not to be so close to the ball. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you so much, Terry. And Homily665 says, pass the electric inspection. Hope to meet you soon.
Yes.
Yes. $3. Ding, 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 ding.
Thank you so much for the super chats.
Thank
You guys rock. So thankful you guys support the channel. We got Wallhawk is in the house. I said hi to RC Pops. David Archie. Shane Vanweg. Aaron Roberts. Ace Fire is in the house. Hey, Ace. How's it going, man? Hey, Cop and Tom. D-Diz. D-Diz is here. We got everyone here tonight. Kudos, Sinche. Let's see here. Anyway, Christina Marie, our favorite YouTuber over there who's local, our favorite Las Vegas YouTuber.
Oh, she's mad because we're live streaming in the middle of Super
Bowl. In the middle of the Super
you
Bowl.
You can watch us later.
How dare we? I know. How dare we? I was going to pull up the game so we could do live commentary. Color play-by-play. I might do that in a little bit here.
I kind of think, though, that we couldn't stream it because...
We can't do the game, but we can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so... excuse me. So how's everyone doing tonight? Have you been checking out the Den of Gadgets? We did the new thing. I've got this this great little gadget here, and I got to show it to you. If I can get it over here in front of the camera. It's called a Stream Deck from Elgato. It's not inexpensive, but if you're a streamer, if you're online, if you do a lot of live streams like some of you who can't help yourself, this thing helps you control it. These are programmable keys. So like this one doesn't have it on. I can press this all I want. This one does. You notice how it's like kind of like it's washed out, but it's a stoplight. It's red, yellow, and green. There's a light in the other room that when I press this button, it just turned red. When I press this button, it turned yellow. And when I press this button, it turned green. We're going to turn it back to yellow. Normally...
Hey, William Loken joined the...
William! He's now a fellow tool bear. Join the membership. You going to do the bell there?
Yes.
Congratulations, welcome to the club. Anyway, the point is that I did a video over at Den of Gadgets, and the point of that video was if you do recording, or even if you work in a home office and you just like, hey, I'm going to be on the phone, you can't walk in and interrupt me. I've got 3 kids. I'm working on the weekends. Maybe they're homesick. Maybe they have the day off, and so we have a lamp right outside the door. And when I press that button, or I can use She Who Shall Not Be Named. I'm looking at you. Alexa. Yeah. Anyway, I can either tell her to set the studio into one of those colors, or I can press the button. Excuse me. And it lets people know not to walk in on me.
Granted, you have to actually look at the lamp and pay attention.
Daughter, I was like, let's not talk about the game. I'm not watching it on purpose.
Yeah.
Anyway, what a week. Oh my gosh, what a week.
Yep.
So, what have you all been up to? We've been doing the I've been doing keto 1 meal a day, and that has been just amazing growth, trying to get healthy. This is my year. 2020, I've said, is going to be a big year for all of us. Mm-hmm. And part of that is getting in shape, losing weight, and also upping the channel. And that's the other thing I need to talk about, which is we're going to be changing the format for the channel. So let's hold off comments for a minute, at least to us. You can talk amongst yourselves, but hold off posting for us. And that is that up till now, this whole past year, in January, I changed it to a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday format. No video on Friday. No video on Saturday. No scheduled video. If something came up, something was important, we'd do a Friday or a Saturday video. But no scheduled video. Well, that window's trying to shear the house off, isn't it?
Yep.
That wind. Sorry.
Welcome, Javier.
Javier's in the house.
Ding, ding, ding.
And Ricardo, Super Bowl's on. Super Bowl's on, but you know what? You can watch the 49ers. You can watch the Chiefs, or you watch the Bears right here.
Or you can watch it.
We're doing better than Chicago. We're still on. They're done for the season. Anyway, I'm a Chicago fan since I was a Cub. I grew up watching Walter Payton hustle and do his moves. And when we lost him, it was I shed more than one tear. I had the opportunity to almost meet him. I sat in a diner, and he was sitting at the table, like connected to mine. We were basically sharing a table, and he was talking to a business manager, obviously, and I didn't want to interrupt him. I didn't want to be that kind of fan, but it was one of the most exciting moments. You know, growing up being a Bears fan, being a Walter Payton fan, And he looked, sounded exactly the part, and it was incredible. Anyway, point is that we're going to be changing the schedule to do just Monday, just Wednesday, or just Thursday, and then the live stream on Sunday. And the reason for this is instead of trying to produce a video every single day, I get up, I have to figure out what video we're doing, I have to produce the video, I have to shoot the video, I have to edit the video, I have to upload the video, I have to all sorts of stuff that it's barely enough to just do a standard video like, hey, here's a sale, or here's a deal, or here's news. But when it comes to tool reviews, one day just is not enough. And I feel like I'm letting you all down with tool reviews. I am backlogged on tools that I have not gotten done. I still have the Bauer vacuum. I still have the Bauer router. I still have a whole bunch of tools, the whole life drill and all sorts of stuff I need to get done. But I need more than one day to do it. And I can't do it with our regular schedule. So over February, we're going to try this. And if at the end of February, we don't like it, you guys are going to vote. You're going to say, no, we want you to go back. We just want the up-to-date, day-to-day kind of stuff. Then that's great. Or if you're like, this is great, we want this going forward, then this is what we're going to do. And if you say, hey, we don't care about the deals, we really want the tool stuff, then we might move to once a week. We'll still do the live stream. Mm-hmm. Live stream's not going away. We're still going to do live stream every Sunday because there's no prep. We just have to carve time out to come here and do it. But we're going to try and up the ante when it comes to production value for the tool reviews. And the first thing up is going to be the battery stuff. I've got all this tech, all these meters, expensive electronic meters, to really put all the batteries to the test and make sure they're what you think they are. So that's what we're going to try and do. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
All right. So just putting it out there starting tomorrow. I'm still going to do the Monday video. It's going to be deals and maybe news and other stuff. And if big news pops up, if like there's this huge deal or something, we'll still carve out time to do that video. But for the most part, we're going to focus on one video a week on deals and other stuff, and one video a week on reviews. Okay, back to you.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of people saying the Super Bowl is going on, just in case we didn't know. Yes.
Wait, what's the Super Bowl?
It's a game. All the kids are playing it.
The kids do that? Is this one of those apps?
It's one of the young whippersnappers play.
The whippersnappers.
That's right. Rodney says he's just checking in to say hello and he's back to the game. He said, everyone hit the like button. It's free.
Woohoo!
A bunch of people are talking to each other. And then Barbecue 76 said that he's at his son's house watching the game. Javier says, Den of Tools, have you seen the new catalog for Harbor Freight with headlines saying, tool disposal notice? The first thing I thought was, where are they throwing away these tools?
I have been hypercritical of the marketing department at Harbor Freight. And if you've been around the channel, you know this is true. I think those guys are schmucks who keep using 1970s style advertising. I'm expecting them to start putting in like sea monkeys and new pills that you can stop getting sand kicked in your face. Which is, if you're old enough, you can remember those were ads run in the back of like Popular Mechanics and comic books back in the day. They're cheesy, like, going out of business for the 15th year in a row. I hate those tool disposal things. I hate all that cheesy stuff. I wish they were just honest. Put the deals out there. We get it. We get there's the whole coupon thing, and you got to run through the cycle and stuff. But if you've seen the 10 commandments of shopping at Harbor Freight, number one is thou shalt not shop without a coupon.
That's right.
So nobody pays full price at Harbor Freight, or at least you shouldn't be. So
Echo Mouse says, Den of Tools, I'd much rather watch you guys instead of the basketball series or whatever it's called.
I am bummed about missing the Puppy Bowl.
I love the USA says, I like the deals. Todd's Workshop says, Den of Tools is much better than the game that shall not be named. Warren Reynolds says, thanks for the heads up on the Harbor Freight credit. I work in Van Nuys and got my application in after work. Got the Earthquake electric ratchet with coupon and 10% off with the credit card app. $80.
Wow,
Awesome.
nice deal.
Daughter of Ross says the puppy bowl with kitty halftime is better. Thomas Cunningham says, my 4-year-old cub brings me the remote and tells me to watch the talking bear. We love your reviews and videos. Aww.
I just got to say that daughter Ross sent us a video of their little one at, was it Bass Pro Shops?
Bass Pro Shops, yeah.
Walking by, seeing the big stuffed bears and
It was
shine on.
Mm-hmm.
It was adorable.
Yep.
It made my birthday weekend. Wallhawk says since Ditka's in the house, and he is because he's part of the All-Star crew that got elected this year. He says the Bears will pull out a surprise victory in the fourth quarter.
Huh.
Al Coppin says, "Hi guys from Barbados." That's just rude.
Well,
That's rude.
He's just letting us know he's living his best life.
Yeah, I wish I was
Mike
living a Barbados
Schmidt
life.
Sr. says, at the Den of Tools, hey Bear, I talked to my friend who lives in Henderson. He bought a hot dog compressor. Didn't work right. Took it back. Wanted to return it. And they told him there would be a $20 restocking fee. Yeah,
on some of the items there now, this has been going back about 1.5 years, 2 years. There's been a restocking fee on some of the stuff. Mike Schmidt, we didn't go to high school together, did we? Or did you play like shortstop for, what was it, Philadelphia? Anyway, we talked about Homily. Congrats to the new edition.
D-Diz says versus live.
You saw me change it to live. You saw
and
me
then
do it.
Changed itself back.
This thing is evil, man. It's out to get me.
Workshop says, just chomp that like button. I actually remembered this week, within the first half an hour, which is a miracle in and of itself. Wahawk says, where are the X-ray specs? Harbor Freight needs to get on this. And then Daughter of Ra said, Den of Tools, Mrs. Bear like button. Thank you so much, Daughter of Ra, because really and truly I forget every single week because that's who I am. So thank you. Jeff's Custom RC says, for the white 5-drawer tool chest, U.S. General for $189 yesterday.
Wow.
Harb of Doom.
Harbinger?
No. Damn, I forgot about those cheesy ads in the back of magazines and comic books. Mm-hmm.
Kudo says, hey, how has the Icon Tool Mox been on the Icon Tools? Oh, it's been just fine. I'll be honest, I'm not in a full-time shop. I'm not the person to talk about how the abuse holds up. What I can talk about is what it's like using it, because I do use it on a daily basis. I really do. I'm out here every day. I keep all my... Now, here's the thing that's slightly different, is the top half is all tools. That side's all tools. That side's tools. The upside is like blow molded cases and tools. The top 3/4 drawers are tools, but the bottom 2 drawers are equipment I use for this. So not only am I in there for like desktop reviews, pliers and wrenches and all that other stuff, but I'm also in there for photography equipment and lights and stuff. I use it for all of that. So I am in there, in and out every day. I'm not going to say I'm at the level of a production mechanic shop, but I use it all the time, and I love it. It is, I have for the longest time been a believer of drawers kill tools, because out of sight is out of mind. And when you can't see something, because a lot of times when you're in this creative process, when you're working in a shop and you're working on a project, or you're trying to solve a problem, you're trying to fix something, you got this creative process going, and you look around and you're like, what tool do I have? That one. I could do X, Y, and Z with that tool. But when it's in a drawer, you don't think about that. And yet, though, I can fit so many more tools in a smaller, compact area. It's a give and take kind of thing. Before, I would say I would never use drawers. And now I'm kind of like, in some cases, for some of the smaller stuff that are like high density kind of stuff, I might. And that's a big change for me to say that. Hey, let's take a second here. I know it's kind of early. We just got started at 6:27, but I want to say a big shout out, a big thank you to our dancing mods. That's Joe Smith and friends. We got Manus Mandata, William Logan, Steve, and everyone else is here who comes in. We got all these great moderators. Brad's Workbench is here. Everyone except for Brad, we love him lots. I kid. We like to see.
Oh my goodness!
What?
He said I went live earlier. Where were you?
I was birthday weekend. I was spending it with the Cubs. We were either playing board games. There's kind of super light version of Scrabble I was playing with the Cubs called Fishing for Words. It was really fun. I love working with them. Makes their mind work and stuff. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think we're gonna get the full version of Scrabble, like the anniversary edition with the Lazy Susan board and stuff, because I think they're ready for it. They did a great job. The daughter and I played and we tied. And dude, I've got a straight up like boss level vocabulary. I don't like to brag. I don't talk about it a lot, but I mean, I was a reading hound back in the day. I could walk into a bookstore and went, yep, I read all that. I read the classics. I read the new stuff. And I really got to read. And recently I've been pushing the kids into it. I took them to the Barnes & Noble and I bought them each a book. And they're like, I want to get this new cool one. I'm like, no, you're getting one of these that Dad read. And you're going to understand, because that's how I came up. You understand, I didn't have a father who was active in my life on a daily kind of thing. And a lot of what I gathered was experience gained through authors that I read. People like Piers Anthony, people like Isaac Asimov. A lot of these fantastic authors, both from the Golden Age and the Silver Age, and I wanted them to have that same experience. And now they're doing it, and it's really cool because they're like, I don't want to read this. I don't read this. They come back later and they're like, okay, this is really good. I want the second book. But so it was cool to see them doing really well. See her tie me at this game, and not that I'm a fabulous speller. Not that anyone's noticed, right?
You're not a fabulous speller, but you do have a really great vocabulary.
I do have a great vocabulary. It's insane.
So, a number of people are chiming in asking if the 5-second video on Geek Health was an error.
It might have been. What's the video about?
It's only 5 seconds long.
Oh, geez. Was that the one from today?
Yep.
Yeah, I was in a hurry. I thought I was uploading the video, and it's supposed to be the weigh-in video. I guess apparently I'm going to have to fix it after this.
Thanks for letting us know.
There's nothing like running 4 channels. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so anyway, I want to catch up here. Where the X-ray expects. We talked about that. Mrs. Bear like it. Cabela's. Oh, they were at Cabela's. You lied to me. Why would you lie to me?
Well, it is one of my secret pleasures in life.
It is. I believe that.
To lie about where our friends and their children are.
Gran Turismo from Ohio. I am so sorry you're trapped in Ohio. I did 10 years in Cincinnati, northern Kentucky. I know the pain.
Mr. Spartacus says, not going to lie, at the Den of Tools and their community have inspired me to attempt posting videos and seeing what happens. Might not be this month, but probably March.
When you start posting, email me, Reddit Den of Tools. I will be happy to give you a shout out. I will be happy to help you out here. Speaking of which, I owe a friend of mine, a dear friend. Dude, he is literally like a brother to me. And his name is Matt Gilbert. And I've got to pull up here because we need to post a link to his stuff. If you like reading sci-fi, fantasy, especially if it's got a pseudo-cultural political bent, because this is a man who, he got me my job in the tech industry. Well, I was already in the tech industry, but he got me my job working at the company I ended up working at for 20 years. And he was a programmer. He taught himself. This dude is old school redneck, taught himself to program, went into the Navy, became an electrician, went through the Navy, came out, kept teaching himself, got himself a job in the industry. This dude is as hardcore, straight up Georgia 24/7, not like some sissy San Francisco type. Right. I don't mean to be like that, but it's true. Anyway, and so I wrote my book on home distilling because I spent my time in Kentucky. I learned a thing or two, and I wrote my book and I did so well and I was making all this money and I'm like, dude, and so he and I used to play D&D together back in the day. Yep. I'm a D&D nerd.
I'll be back. I've heard this story.
I just gotta say, in my defense, I played hockey, football, and wrestling, so there. And I was the D&D nerd who could kick your ass. And so, so was he. And so anyway, let me pull it up here. So he's always had a great storytelling ability. I'm a big fan of telling the myth, where the myth comes from, because that's where culture comes from. That's where we come from. We come from the culture. So, and I'm like, dude, you got to start writing. I know you've got all these short stories you've been working on and stuff. And he's like, yeah, but I don't know. And he finally started doing it. He started writing stuff out. And I remember when he finally published his first book, and I was so proud of him, but he was like, I don't know, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. So he recently, he's been doing this now for years at this point, because he finally agreed. He started publishing. He started getting this following. And he finally published, he's got it's called Sins of the Father, the complete trilogy, an epic fantasy box set. Granted, it's a virtual box. You can get it on audiobooks, on Audible, or you can get it on Kindle. I'm going to post the link here. If you like this stuff at all, if you like, and he puts a lot of politics into it. If you don't like politics, I totally get it. But if you like some culture, some politics, some pro-2A stuff, some pro-independence, some men standing up about being men kind of thing, you got to read this. As I said, he is part of the family, and he lives down in Florida these days. He's working down there, and he and his wife, and I think they've got like 27 kids at this point. God love him. He's just got this huge brood of kids. But I'm just looking to see here. Currently ranked 1,193 in Audible books. Currently ranked 3rd in fantasy, 7th in sword and sorcery, 14th in anthologies. You understand, there's over 5 million, probably 6 or 7 million titles in books on Amazon right now. And he's like in the top 1,000. Or he was last week. He was under 1,000. Now he's at 1,200. So check him out. Anyway, you're going to see, I'm going to advertise more for him over the coming week because I think he's that good. So anyway, all right, back to your questions. My wife abandoned me. How did she leave me like this? Roddy's back to the game. Back to the game? Who watched the game when we're on? Javier says, have you seen the new catalog? We talked about that. Let's see here. Puppy Bowl, how's the icon? We talked about the icon cabinet, X-ray specs. Am I the only guy who has no idea what's going on in the game? Matthew, you may be. I mean, I watched it up until halftime. Shakira kind of made me lose my interest in the game. I used to have such a thing for Shakira. Don't tell the missus.
I'm back. Stop talking about me.
I'm talking about Shakira. I recently picked up the brushless Craftsman Impact and brushless Compact for $124 Canadian. Got the Jigsaw Sander Multi-Tool and Light for $100. What do you think? I have not tried the brushless stuff from Craftsman. I did try the brushed stuff from Craftsman, and I didn't think much of it. From what I've seen, it's DeWalt Light. If you're happy with it, that's great. I looked at the hand tools. I looked at a lot of the hand tools. I was not happy in the least bit with the hand tools. I think the batteries, and I've looked at that, batteries across the board are overpriced for what they are. But anyway, I hope they hold up for you. I've heard good things about the power and performance of the brushless stuff. I worry about the line as a whole. Steve says Ricky likes Cabela's. Put him on a kid's quad and up on the pontoon boat. Yeah, the Cubs love getting on the quads, don't they?
They love it. They have so much fun.
Javier says, how's the laptop situation going? Not good. Yes. We got new RAM in. Put the new RAM in. Still dead. We're going to RMA the motherboard. Let's see here. We gotta play. Where'd it go? Just as a minute, we gotta play. Want to play a game? What? We gotta play Game of Words with friends. Oh, I'm a Scrabble champion. Brad says. Oh, Brad, we're bringing it, bringing it. I can still remember the day I beat my parents. Terry, we totally missed you. He says, gotta run. Got called into work on 365. Terry, so sorry. We missed you.
Be safe. Have a great night.
Echo Mouse says, oh, thanks for the Instagram follow. I appreciate that. Hey, if you want to see somebody who has some eclectic, mad skills, this guy is a designer. He understands branding. He understands marketing. He and I were right there on the same page when it comes to this sort of stuff. Echo Mouse, look him up on Instagram. You need to check out his stuff. He did a great build with the same desk that I've got here, where he bolted cabinets, like file cabinets, under the wings. He moved the legs in, bolted the cabinets so the whole thing goes up and down. It's a nice build. Wouldn't work for me because I like to spread out under the desk and be too confined to crack
Sometimes
my shin
he
on
has
something.
to share with me.
Get out of my way. Anyway. Do you think we're getting brushless Hercules? Yes, but it's going to be for Christmas. Let's see here. Living in Michigan for 30 years, 30 years Wednesday always reminds Buckeyes their problems would only be worse in Indiana. Could be worse. I'm stuck in New Jersey. Jersey with the I've spent my time in Jersey. Northern Jersey, up near Somerville and Bridgewater. I like Jersey. I do. Good pizza, good food. Yeah, okay, people. Terrible drivers.
Yeah.
Mike Adams, hey y'all, I'm listening and hanging a light while swapping out the fluorescent lights in my kitchen with a 4-foot Braun LED. Oh, nice. That's a good call.
Here's a question. Construction Teen says, building question. How much can Timberline screws hold? I'm looking at making a flip tool table.
I have no idea. I'll be honest, I don't look at brands and stuff. I just buy what I need, what I think will fit. I've been doing it so long, it's just like you get to that point of eyeballing it, so I don't know what Timberline is.
So somebody else who does have the knowledge, please chime in and let Construction Team know the answer.
What she said.
Yep.
Joe Cubic says, do you think Craftsman will Deviloo? I'm running Deviloo through my filter trying to figure out what it really means. Devolve, develop. It's got to be develop. Develop into a good brand. It has the potential, but I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of faith in Stanley Black & Decker. They seem to take every opportunity they can to go for the cash rather than the customer. It's hard to say, but I'm just not a fan of anything they're doing right now.
Vitya is pointing out that I'm wearing the same shirt as last week, which I didn't realize until I was looking at myself. But
you haven't changed since last week? That's disgusting.
You know me.
Oh, little bear, a little princess.
Did everyone talk about him?
We did.
We did talk about him.
And how wonderful you were. Come here.
We adopted a bear.
She's the one who's been sick and not feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
And throwing up on everyone and everything.
Game is offline.
Sure, as long as it's not Ow.
Brits.
Mike Adams says, I put clear satin finish on oak boards up on the ceiling to cover scuff marks from the old lights, then hanging LEDs with brass chains. Oh, I'd like to see a picture of that. Send it to red at dentontools.com. I want to see a picture. Or you can post it over on the website in the forum, dentontools.com. My neighbor has a brushed Craftsman. In my opinion, Ryobi has more power. Well, Ryobi is more of a lineup.
I am really having a hard time reading things tonight because of our setup.
Have you seen that Amazon Basics has a new line of hand tools? I have not. I have a love-hate relationship with Amazon Basics. I've been screwed over by them a lot in the past. Recently, now remember, you guys complained about the sound, so I bought a boom mic stand, and it's set up right over here. It's come down, it's right underneath the monitor, and it's an Amazon Basics boom mic, and it's doing good so far. At least I think no one's been complaining about the sound. So I got the microphone closer to both of us, and I was really impressed with the construction. So I'm going to have to check out the hand tools. Now, the other thing I need to talk about, and there's going to be an email going out about this tomorrow, is the stickers. Now, I got to be honest about this because I got to own up. I'm one of these people who says that, when you're a man, you have to admit when it's your fault, when you screwed up. And I'm just going to say this is entirely her fault.
I knew he was going to say that. Nice.
So we ordered the new stickers, right? And look how big they are. They're huge, right? Except they're 2 inches by 2 inches. They're tiny. And if you've seen the website, we now are offering a pack of 2 mini stickers.
Yep.
So here's what happened. I screwed up. I was in a hurry trying to get this whole thing launched by February 1st. And I went through and I ordered the stickers, and I ordered the wrong size. So we got 100 mini stickers in. Considering the price, it's ridiculous. We get 2 packs like this. This is less than 2 inches. 2 inches by like 1 5/17 or something. I don't know. And she's like, and she didn't show them to me right away. And then she shows it to me, and she's like, they seem a little small. And I look at them, I'm like, yeah, they're a little tiny. And because since I'm promising people 4-inch stickers, and she's like, yeah, they look good. She figured well, she doesn't know what I do. She's like, well, I figured he knew what he was doing. Of course I didn't. I'm an idiot. And I did a stupid, and I ordered the wrong size. So if you ordered stickers, you're going to get an email if you haven't already gotten an email that basically says, I'm an idiot. I did a bad thing. So your choice is you can either get 2 of the mini stickers sent right now. You can get 1 of the regular size stickers sent next Monday. Not tomorrow, but a week from Monday. Or a week from... They say Monday, but these came in like 3 days early, so I'm hoping they'll come in early. Or you can get a full refund. No hard feelings. I get it. You ordered it. I can't ship it on time. I screwed up. Either way, I'm giving you the opportunity to also get a free copy of my book, The Home Distiller's Workbook, or The Home Distiller's Guide to Making Beer. One's how to distill whiskey. The other one's how to make beer. Now, everyone wants to make whiskey. I get it. It's a federal crime. And if you want to make beer, depending on your state, it might actually be legal. So, yeah. Anyway, that's just me owning up and being honest, 110% as much as I can, and saying I'm sorry. So I hope you will forgive me and not say bad things about me any more than you have.
Golfing Den says you've been a bad bear.
I've been a bad bear.
That's right.
Bad bear. Anyway, let's see here. Our Walmart is late in getting stuff. They only have heart displays, nothing in stock. Wow, that is late. Kirk says, still here. The madam wants to go shopping tomorrow. I might swing by Harbor Freight and some others. Colin says, heard anything recently on the Bauer 20-volt, 5-amp, 8-hour batteries? Not till later in the year, man. I'm sorry. I know everybody wants them. They tease us with them. Third quarter at best. Red, have you been able to talk to anyone about getting some hard tools for this? I did talk to him. I did. And I haven't heard back. Not like the guys that it's hilarious. The hard tools are like, I don't know if we want to talk to you. Ingersoll Rand, giant industry company, is like, we're thrilled to talk to you. I get off the phone. I'm wrapping up an email with the guy from Ingersoll Rand. He's such a fan, and I'm trying to be professional. I'm like, thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye. He's like, and I can hear it in his voice. Like, he's like, you didn't say the thing. You didn't say anything. He's like, all right, well, bye. And shine on. And I'm like, that's right, man. Shine on. And I was so touched because because I hear it from so many advertisers and people who want to work with us that, oh, we watch the videos. We're big fans. Your latest video is your best. I'm like, my latest video is the only one you watch, schmuck. But this guy was quoting like videos from 3 years ago, and He knew everything. He knew why we did the off number super chats. He knew all the inside jokes and secrets. I'm like, this dude's a fan, hardcore. And the fact they want to work with us, I was really touched because I'm stoked. I'm a huge fan of Ingersoll Rand. I love the stuff they do. And then Hart's like, well, we don't know if we want to talk with you. I'm like, well, screw you. Sorry.
Aww.
I may or may not have had a few drinks tonight.
You didn't. Yeah. Anyways. I love the USA. Thank you so much. $25 super chat and says, I spent New Year's Eve and now Super Bowl Sunday with you. Thanks for your time. Well, thank you so much. Daughter of Ra, Ricky, everyone, hold on to your hearing aids. Put your...
Brad, thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Brad. Actually, I was listening. I was using those for the Super Bowl. Thank you so much. I love the USA.
Thank you so much.
$25.
You're awesome, and
Super
we really
amazing.
appreciate that. I cannot tell you how much it means to us. I can still remember the first super chat I got, and just sitting there going, somebody donated money to support what we're doing here, and every time it just blows my mind how incredible you are, Brad from Brad's Workbench. I don't know if you can see this. This is because we used to use a cowbell.
I'm helping you out. You need a lot of help.
You're a helpy person, is what you are.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So it's anti-cowbell.
Yep.
And I need it when she goes crazy on the cowbell. But
and I needed it when they were watching the Super Bowl.
I have a tendency to get loud. A good hit or a touchdown or interception, I can get a little loud.
It's a family trait. So then I have everyone in the house yelling and screaming except for little Miss Eleanor.
It's funny because I've never had anyone be concerned about being able to hear me speak. And I used to tell her that I couldn't hear that she talks softly. And she's like, no, I don't. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't know what he's talking
And
about.
like the next week, we're out at a party with her friends.
Nope.
And I made the comment, and she's like, and her friend was like, he's right. You are a quiet talker. You should see her face.
Fake news.
She was ready to stab me. She stabbed me in the parking lot. I got better, but I mean, stitches.
Whatever. That's what happens. You talk back.
What do you think of Harbor Freight's portable bandsaw? Ralph, I think it's a rock star for the money. For $100 or $90, you got to go back and find my video about using one of the jaw horse clamps. Because I clamp it in there. There's a way you can get it just right. And I made a little table for it. So I use it as a vertical bandsaw. And I'm a huge, huge fan of bandsaws. So I can use it as a vertical bandsaw. I can use it as a horizontal bandsaw. I use it for demo. For $100, that is a core tool you need to have in your shop. And a good blade is what makes the difference. When it comes to saws, when it comes to drills, when it comes to tires, it's where the rubber meets the road, and it changes so much about the product, about the tool, about the vehicle, more than everything else. You can put suspension, you can put gears, you can put all sorts of stuff on things, but it's where that tool meets the work that makes the difference.
Yeah. We're behind.
I'm always behind.
Yep.
That's where I live.
Yep. Golf and Gun says that woke the Cubs. Sorry.
Ooh, Golf and Gun.
Rail 92222 says I miss the Montana cowbell. Me too.
It's coming back when we get to Montana.
That's right.
We're going straight up cowboy style.
Yeah.
Ron Smith says, like the new intro big time and love the new...
It's the wind.
The wind is trying to take us away. If we disappear, if the stream goes away, we didn't lose internet connection. 120 mile an hour winds off of Mount Charleston blew us away.
Yep. Gary P says, the Dena tools, from my hands-on opinion, the Hart's tools feel cheap. Cheaper than the Hyper Tough, so maybe they're not worth testing anyway.
No, we want to test them. They're made by TTI. They're a downgrade of hey, they call it a what's the word they use? Priced out version of Ryobi. And what they mean is they've gone through every single part and shaved 1/10 of a cent. So like, and the one thing that stands out that's obvious, that's external and easy to see, is the belt clip. On every other tool out there, the belt clip is stamped sheet metal. On the heart, it's a wire. Why? It saves 1/10 of a cent. But when you save 1/10 of a cent on 200 parts across millions of tools that get sold, that's where the profit margin comes in.
Just a reminder to type at the Den of Tools if you want us to read your message. It's listed over there, right there. Also, Jira Falcon says, is it me or does the bear sound weird tonight? His wife is fine, but it's like the tone of his voice causes the mic to go wonky.
I'm a little further away from the mic than I normally am, and I also speak a lot louder than she does, and I may have had some bourbon. Ronald Smith is liking to, we talked about it. Hey, bud, Bear One says, is everyone doing better? No broken bones? Yeah, we've had a stressful time this week with Cubs and school. Somebody making bad decisions. All right.
No.
I have to share this part. I have to share this part. No, I'm going to.
Nope.
So the math teacher at our local school decided to introduce a currency in the class. And my son, because he's a problem solver, because he's a puzzle solver, he finds these, he rotates. He's like me. I'm like, how do I work this? How do I streamline this? How do I get from A to Z faster? He's like, he looks at it, he goes, that looks like some art she got offline. So he finds the art for the money for the classroom that they found online. And he prints some out here. Now all we have is waste paper here. It's got like printing on both sides. So it's not like he could use this. It's not like but he brags to his friends in class that he figured it out and he can figure out how to do this. And he's going to like devalue the currency. He gets it from me because I talk about business. I talk about money. I talk about puzzle solving, all this stuff. And he's trying to be cool because he's in middle school. He's at that age between, he's just trying to find his place. And it's a stupid thing. And I'm not proud of him for the unethicalness of it. I'm proud of him for the problem solving, for the working the problem, working the puzzle. But the school tried to turn this into like Watergate. And I'm like, he didn't print it. He didn't do anything. Like, well, we have students who said he did. I'm like, you have students who said they were visited by aliens. I don't really give a crap with some student. Do you have evidence? Well, no. I'm like, well, and the other thing is there's been a lot of bullying going on at this school, and a lot of his friends are leaving because of bullying. And this is supposed to be a charter school. It's supposed to be a step above, almost like private school kind of stuff. And I'm really disappointed. I laid into that principal about it. So anyway, there's been a lot of stuff going on with us trying to deal with kids and stuff. And he knows he did something wrong. And I'm not happy that he bragged about it. I'm just glad he didn't actually act on it. But he bragged about it to some kids that he was going to do this and all this stuff. And he's just trying to be cool. And we all remember what middle school and high school was like. And you know, as Christ says, let he who was out sin throw the first stone, which means I can't touch a rock for the rest of my life. Anyway, that's what we've been dealing with. Because Bear One's been emailing me and stuff. We talk every so often, and I've not been very conversational this week, and I apologize. Asylum says, hey there. Kirk says, I did my basic training in Fort Fix, New Jersey. The most wonderful place in the world. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. Fort Fix, is that Army? And Mike Adams says, we're more of a Marines family. We know more Marines folk. So,
hang on.
What is going on in the other room?
Homestead Transformation says, at the Den of Tools, my 29-year-old son worked at Harbor Freight in the SC dot. He always watched your videos for over 3 years and used the reviews to make suggestions to customers who came into the store. says, unfortunately, this past July 25th, he and his coworker were killed while working on the side of the road by a truck driver who fell asleep. So thank you so much for sharing that your son loved to watch our reviews, and thank you for joining us. I know that is probably really hard to share, and we really appreciate it, but I love to hear that he did watch our reviews and got something great, and I'm glad that you've joined our community too. So thank you so much, Southern Homestead. And I know you didn't know that was coming, but I didn't want us to miss that comment. So thank you so much for sharing. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's it is, as a parent, the most painful, tragic thing that someone can ever experience. And we have people we know this past summer who were friends, like best friends of our son, who lost his life. And I wish I had something wise to say, poignant, sound cool and like worldly and stuff. And I just don't.
Southern Homestead said it was, but I wanted to tell you how we loved your channel. So thank you so much for sharing that. And, I don't know your son personally, but I will say that what is going on in our
Apparently
house?
the football game.
Yeah. But I know, hearing stories from people, obviously we get great reviews. It's a lot of fun. But, when something really heartbreaking happens, this is also a safe place for that as well. And the little boy that lost his life this summer, he is definitely in our family's hearts. And our family still talks about him. And so, anyways, I don't know where I was going with that other than to say, thank you for sharing again.
Anyway, thank you for being a part of our family. And thank you for being here. And thank you. The wind is trying to take us off to Oz.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for just, everything. And I know life is like that. Life has these wicked turns. And I'm just happy he can be part of our family.
Keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, the one thing I do need to say is, if you ever need someone to talk to, someone to reach out to, you can email us. I'm red@denofTools.com.
Yeah. And I'm Mrs. DeBear at denofTools.com. I don't even know who I am. I'm Mrs. DeBear at denofTools.com. And yeah, feel free to reach out to us. It doesn't need to be a public thing. It can absolutely be personal, just between us. Anyways, but thank you so much for sharing. And please do stay. Please come back.
All right. Back to the comments, because I know we're way behind at this point.
Yes.
Mike Adams says, a word of advice for this thing we've all done. Don't look at the light bulb when changing light bulbs.
Yep.
That is something I'm 51 now, and I'm still trying to learn that one.
Yep.
What do you think? Sorry, go ahead.
I was explaining to Griffin today. He goes, "Can you really go blind if you look at the sun?" I'm like, "Yes, son.
Yeah, you
Yes, you can." He's like, "Are you sure?" Yes.
Yeah, we're sure.
Don't tempt it.
What do you think of the Harbor Freight tool bench with the pegboard and light? If you take your time putting it together, put the whole thing together, and then about a month later, 3 months later, go through and retighten everything, it really is an excellent deal. I use it as a tech bench. It's a great surface, a great light. I really like it. It's not the I'm going to beat this thing as submission kind of light or workbench. Not something I would mount a heavy duty vise to. Maybe a light clamping vise kind of thing, but yeah. Donna Ra asks if Elle's feeling better.
She's feeling better, but still throwing up. So, yeah. Not real sure about
Mrs. Bear just put the glasses on.
I know I saw that. I don't. Thank you.
Bear One says new inflator on the website. Of course, they got the new inflator that everyone else has also, the lighter duty one. Mike says he'll share a picture when he's finished. Conoman Studios, how's it going? You know people can't drink Corona. It's half cause of coronavirus. Add lemon and you got the virus. Talk to your local bartender for help. You know, if you do it as a Boilermaker, you'll be fine, though. That's what you got to do. DR Falcon says, I bought a sticker. DR Falcon, I'm really sorry about my screw up.
Hey, a lot of people basically said that they've all been there and that we all make mistakes.
Yeah,
so,
but
and again, one of the options is if you
I just want to be honest and upfront about it. I could have sat there and been like, oh, shipping's taking forever. It's not the kind of channel we are.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm not going to talk about who it is, who's doing what, but there are some channels out there who've been reviewing tools lately. First, a new tool comes out, and they're all like, this tool is great. You should buy it. Here's a link. And by the way, the link's an affiliate, but I'm not going to tell you, and I don't come out and talk about it. Mm-hmm. And then they come out later and be like, oh, this tool's crap, and this other channel didn't say anything. And I'm totally calling out this channel. I'm like, you SOB, you constantly shill. Constantly shill. Never admit that you're doing it, and then try to call out other channels. There are some real slime balls who try to portray that they're like, I'm a real American, I'm a real hard worker. And behind the scenes, they're financed by grandma, and they're financed by other people, and they haven't earned anything themselves. My family abandoned me. Everything I got myself or with the help of the person standing next to me and often behind me, picking me up when I fall down. Anyway, you will never hear me not take ownership of my screw-ups. And if you do, stop watching. I'm done at that point. What do you think about the hardware? Oh, we talked about that. Where are we? Oh, wow, we're further with that. We will be ordering some merch eventually. Don't worry about it. If you can't afford it, you don't get the... Oh, my gosh.
We might get blown away.
The wind's been... We've been here 3 years at this point. 3 winters at this point. The wind the past 2 years has just been just like, take the skin off your bones. And this year, up until this point, nothing. I'm like, maybe winter's not happening.
Ta-da! It arrived today.
Winter's back.
It's like, hey. Chaka, $2. Ryobi's trash. Absolute garbage. Niners suck.
Whoa! Up until... I mean, when what's-his-name was there, Mr. I Kneel at the anthem.
Anyways, I'm going to ring the bell for you, so everyone else cover your ears. Thank you, Chaka.
Donna Rouse says, that is a mega apology option set there.
Yes.
I wish it was more. I really do. It is. You know, that's why, like on the kids stuff, we don't make any money on the kids stuff. We never will have an option where we make money on the stuff for the Cubs because we're here as a community. And yes, we need money to do the things that we do. And this is our business, but we're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to have a fair and honest business. And I'll be honest, and I'm going to say this, it's going to piss a lot of people off. I learned a lot of my business stuff from the Jewish community in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is a German Jewish community. And a lot of people look at the Jewish community and think they're always out for money. They're always out to make it the ultimate buck. The true Jewish community is all about ethics, all about doing what's right with God and looking for the honest profit, the profit that's fair where both sides win. And that's where I learned how to be a businessman. So that's how I look at this stuff.
The maintenance man, $4.99. Ryobi is pure gold. Don't get in fisticuffs over this, people. Jocko, the maintenance man, we got room for everybody.
Maintenance man, I think Chaco drives a truck, so you better watch out.
Thank you, maintenance man. Oh my goodness. Hi, Terry.
Terry's back.
He's back. And
He's back, and he's
says,
right. He does suck.
Oh, Ed, for the microphone, my friend, $5.
Oh, we're still raising money for the microphone. We are.
Thank you so much. $5.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
By the way, Ed has a great channel. So does Maintenance Man. You need to check out his channel. He needs to do less live streams. He does. I realize editing sucks, but people, you get your core audience or your friends. They gather for the live streams. But you're not going to grow your channel with live streams unless you're a gamer or you have... How did Monty Python put it? She has huge tracts of land. Yeah, that's how he put it. So, Venus Man, less live streams, more content. Ed's killing it. Terry, thank you so much. I know you and I, we've had our issues, and I know you've been critical of me, and I really appreciate you still being here and still supporting the channel. That says a lot. Anyway,
Larry, happy birthday on Tuesday. He's going to turn 64. Happy birthday. And then somebody else, Wahawk, says, the den of tools, little mini cabbages are trash. Total garbage.
garbage.
Not even bacon can save them. And the Niners haven't been the Niners since Montana left. I will agree with that.
Montana wasn't any hole. Nobody likes him.
Hey, family channel. Thank you. Someone's lost his mind, obviously.
I lived in Cincinnati, and I was a Bengals fan back then. Oh my gosh, what did I just do? No, I went the wrong way.
Jennifer Whitewolf says, my son bought a set of flare nut wrenches at Harbor Freight. They worked just fine working on his Honda.
Speaking of which, Jennifer, I sent you a message about that Jeep you're thinking about getting rid of.
Yes, we've been discussing it.
I've been thinking about it because I wanted to get a Cherokee, like one of the 80s Cherokees, but I really love to get one of the 70s ones. My goal is to get one and work on it with my oldest son and for it to eventually become his vehicle. So text me or IM me or whatever and let me know how much you guys want for it, because I'm going to see if I can come up with the funds for it, because I really want. I am a. You know, when it comes to being a fan bear about stuff, I'm a fan bear when it comes to Jeep. I am old school Jeeps, 70s, 80s Jeeps. The old whatchamacallits? Well, also International Harvester, like the old Travelogues. International Harvester Jeep. Yeah, I admit I'm a sucker for them. Anyway, Eric's Variety Channel says, depending on what state might be legal, what a free land we live in. Well, you know, that's the whole point. We're a coalition of independent states.
Terry, thank you. $2. Bear, you were blocked for 15 minutes. Thanks.
Me?
Yes, you.
What?
Yep.
What did I do?
Well, I don't know. There's a list. We don't have enough
Terry
time.
blocked me.
Yes, Terry is blocking
You were blocking me.
No.
August, over here, drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Depending on what's... wait, how could anyone be mad at you? We all screw up. Yeah, but I put myself front and center, and you got to take ownership of that stuff. When you're a business, you got to own it. You got to be honest. You got to be the man to step up, because you're the guy who sets the example for everyone else, because you're out front and center. And that's what I keep telling to my son. You know, he didn't want to admit that he was involved in this stuff, and I sent the ladies away, and I'm like, we need to have a man investigation. 5 minutes in, I'm like, you need to be honest. And he came up, he said, yep, I did it. I was wrong. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to say it in front of Mom and everyone else. And, I mean, I get that, but at least he manned up. And, gosh, I was so proud of him. Don't tell him, because I'm still pissed at him for making bad calls. But in the end, he manned up and he admitted. We're going to have a conversation with the principal tomorrow. I know the principal's going to want to take him to town, because he's going to admit that, yeah, I did it. But the principal's...
He's listening right now.
Oh, hey, how you doing,
What's
Bear?
going on there?
She...
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Carry on.
Dude,
Carry on.
No,
Just
no,
carry-
no, no,
We're not
no,
talking
no.
about it.
We're blocking that.
No, other people mentioned it.
So, don't be a spoiler, dude. That's lame.
Stephen went to the Michigan International Auto Show here in Grand Rapids yesterday and was drooling over a bunch of vehicles.
No, I love Grand Rapids. William says, thanks for your kind donations. Love the USA. I fully attend. If we have the funds, I'm taking the family. We're going to Michigan this summer. I want to take them all to South Haven. We're going to hit the coast all the way up to Grand Haven. That's my goal. That's my high end goal. That's a lot to drive everyone to Michigan, but that is really, we have so many people, especially you guys, who we consider family in Michigan. We really want to see you. Jennifer says, good evening, everyone. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Jennifer. The wind's trying to take me away. Raleigh says, I missed the Montana cowbell. So does William. It's coming back. Don't worry. It'll be here, and then you'll be like, why did I miss that thing?
Randall J is asking how the keto is going. We have another channel called Geek Health, and
I have a 5-second video on it today.
Okay, no, but you have other videos.
Yeah, no, I do. I just screwed up with Jay's video. I'm down 33 pounds in 4 weeks. I feel more energized, never hungry, just killing it. It's stupid how easy this has been. You could put me standing on my head in the corner. It's so easy. I've never thought dieting and losing weight would be this easy. It's just I mean, I know I sound like a fanatic and like some sort of like I'm in the cult and I'm totally believing, but I am, and it's because I'm feeling so good and it's been that easy to do. And I'll tell you what, eating once a day, at some point, if you're really into eating and you're foodie like I am, you miss that mental kind of connection to it, but. It's just so easy because you never have to think about it. You got one meal, once a day. Then after that, I don't have to worry about it until tomorrow.
Daughter Ross said, so the merch link below is not the new merch. I don't know which link you have.
There's a merch link below this video? Because there shouldn't be.
Let me look at the internets.
Because I disabled the one that's connected through YouTube. For my hands-on opinion, heart tools feel cheap. Yeah, they do feel cheap. You'll please know VCG just did a video on Bauer Beat Heart and a tool test. Yeah, the guys from VCG are good guys for the most part. I do have some issues. They did a video with Nick the other day talking about where he judges people based on what tool they bring to the job site. And I'm sorry, but coming from Nick, it was hard to take. And I'll be honest, I sent an email to them. This is not something behind their back. I sent them an email that day. I never got an email back. I never addressed it. You won't see me doing a video on it, but you're my core audience. I don't want you guys going to them and giving them you know what over this. But because you're our friends and you're our core audience here, I wasn't happy with it. I thought that was some BS because I've seen guys who would run circles around VCGs show up with freaking hand tools, show up with Ryobi. I know a guy who does custom cabinetry, high-end cabinetry for high-end jewelry stores with Ryobi. And you can hate on Ryobi, you can say all this other stuff, but the skill is here. It's not in the tool. The tool helps. The skill is here, and it's here and here. And to see him, Nick, Mr. freaking slippery bits himself, with his hoodie pulled, his little cap pulled down, and trying to act like I'm a hardcore tradesman and blah blah blah. Dude, I've worked on jobs and job sites longer than that boy's been alive, and I have seen guys come in and tile entire like custom bathrooms with the crappiest saw he picked up at some freaking five and dime store. And to sit there and tell me, I'm going to judge somebody, you don't got room to judge anybody.
There's room for everybody. Nobody needs to judge
when you prejudge somebody, all you do is admit that you're an idiot. I judge people based on their work, not on the tool they use for it.
Scroll down, and yes, Daughter Fraud, the Den of Tools merch link that is pinned at the bottom of this is not correct.
Why is it there? I disabled it.
I don't know.
God love YouTube.
We can try to. Is it? Where should they go?
dentaltools.com. Then click on shop on the over, or you do dentaltools.com/shop.
Okay, there you go.
Anyone else would a composite sandwich board make a good workbench? Top materials were these. That'd be too springy. Got the flyer with those new Harbor Freight 4080 volt tools. Worth a close look. I want to see them. Have you used slow-mo for your live stream? No.
David Hyde, I don't want this to get
All right,
lost.
I'll
He
be
said
back.
his wife lost 200 pounds and he lost 100 pounds on keto. New way of life. Awesome. You okay? Oh, sorry. Just ran into the table.
Oh my gosh.
Mike Adams says 32 pounds in 2 weeks. I think it was 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Just reducing to 1 meal a day. Wow. I need to lose 120. I think I might try it. Tired of I think you mean your knees hurting. So absolutely. So he does 1 meal a day, but he also is keto. So it's not just 1 meal a day of whatever you're eating. So it is higher in fat and lower in carbs and protein. So Aubreykin says keto or low carb is also good for avoiding diabetes, but if you have gallbladder issues, it can make them worse. Also requires managing saturated, unsaturated fat balance. That is absolutely true. There are definitely underlying health issues, and everybody needs to consult their own physician before embarking on this, and do your research. There are tons of people on YouTube that don't know what they're talking about. There's tons of people that are doctors that don't know what they're talking about. So just make sure that you recognize that we are not doctors and we are not giving any kind of medical advice. But we are talking about and documenting our own experience. And so far, it's been really great. So, yeah, that's what's going on here. Really? Carson's Exploring Channel. Hello.
Carson!
I know that we are behind. Shane says, when I lived in Turkey, they had a guy ride a bike to PTO drive their power tools and made the most beautiful furniture you've ever seen. So, oh, that's kind of cool.
PTO stands for power takeoff. It used to
Yeah.
be used on tractors and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It still is. Counterpoint, the wire belt clip is easier to DIY replacement if you need to one or breaks one. That is true. And Simon says, you guys always make me feel awesome when you notice that I exist. Thank you so much. You make us feel pretty awesome when you comment. Shane says, how come Harbor Freight does increase volts in place of amp hours on heavy-duty tools like Impact, usually the same prints they use on the new push mower? Does or does not. It's kind of 6 to 1, half dozen the other. You either get more power for a shorter term or steady power over a longer term. It's a give and take kind of thing. Depends on what kind of work you're doing. Lewis says, I noticed that too. Very slightly hitting distortion levels, but just barely. I am spiking, aren't I? Well, I think it's because I'm louder than she is. So let me take that down just a little bit so we don't hit peak. There we go. I'm still peaking. Am I looking a little peaked? I might be a little peaked. I'm just much louder than she is the problem, because she's a quiet talker. Southern Homestead, my 29-year-old son worked at Harbor Freight, the SCOD. We talked about this. Yeah. NSFW says, your son's my hero, true hacker spirit. Yeah. We came up from the hacker community. That's for sure. I used to blue box phones and chrome box street lights, and yeah, I tried to walk just the side of white hat ethical. But he's younger than me. He's way younger than I was when I was doing this stuff, and he's got the skills without the ethics built in, and we're trying to catch him up. So Jennifer says, dinner calls, but I'm keeping the stream on. We'll pop in and out. Cool about your son and the currency. Yeah. I told him flat out that if we talked about this, that you would all be like, Yeah, people make stupid choices. It was pretty clever. It was smart kind of thinking and stuff. But as I said, the teacher should have been freaking doing some blockchain. If you're gonna do that in this day and age, if you're gonna do in-house currency and you're not doing blockchain, you're just exposing yourself, and it's your own fault. You go in the army. Whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the person who breaks into your Foot Locker, or is it the fault of you for not locking it? If you've been in the military, you know the answer to that. The sounds like a smart kid. Sometimes too smart. Smart, get himself in trouble kind of smart. Testimony is the weakest form of evidence. I used to believe that I used to be a sucker and believe that, but Auberkin, you're right, man. I have so many friends in police and federal and local, and I've learned the hard way that eyewitnesses are terrible, terrible witnesses. Just the things that they get wrong is obscene. Forts are always Army. Oh, thank you, Mohawk. I appreciate it. That's why I was kind of leaning I think it's Army. Also, Army is always a post, never a base. By the way, I've been listening to "Thank You for My Service" by.
Thank you for your service.
No, "Thank You for My Service"
Okay.
by Matt Best. He's a big YouTuber. Does a lot of military stuff. He's also one of the powers behind Black Rifle Coffee. It's a great read so far. I really appreciate it. I like his stuff. I never served. I was born in an Army base. I grew up with Army and military around me. A lot of Marines also. So Marine and Army in my family, like even on the female, like the WACs back in World War II. A lot of military. I didn't serve because I was a lost cause when I was a teenager, and I've always felt less because of it. My brother's in. He's full time, going to be a lifer in the Marines, and God love him. I'm jealous. I wish I'd made that call. And my son's talking about he wants to go Air Force, and I realize it's almost military, but we're gonna cut him some slack. What?
Your wife's giving you the look. Robert Adams says that he ordered a pair of the small stickers, and he'll post a picture of them on his shop fridge when they get here.
Let's be honest, Coast Guard's more hardcore than Air Force.
Honey, we love all branches of the military.
We love them. Even Space Force. Go Space Force. Above and beyond. I love this. People giving Trump crap. I didn't vote for Trump. I'm just going to say this. But when Trump started the Space Force, I'm like, at least we're ahead of the game. All these people are trying, that's just stupid and mocking it. I'm like, you're friggin' idiots if you don't think we need a military force designed for space. You're just like a single-digit IQ. Or you realize we do, and you're using it for political gain, in which case you're a traitor. You can criticize Trump for all sorts of stuff, but if you criticize him for Space Force, in my mind, you're either an idiot or a traitor.
Carrying on off of our soapbox.
I'm glad I haven't been drinking tonight.
Yeah.
Kirk says, oh, well, Turkey will get you if you're not watching. Must have fat fingered the keys. Fort Dix is an Army base. I'm catching up. And Salem says, Army, we had Air Force bases in the Air Force. Not sure what Navy and Marines call their places. I think they call them foxholes. Juan says, Tool's first time joining you guys. Love the show. I've learned a lot. Juan, thank you for joining us. We really love having you here. Southern Homestead, I don't have enough responses for you. Thank you for your son. And I know it's like, as a parent in that situation, you have all these people coming up and trying to console you and say they're sorry and say they feel your pain, which of course, there's no way. There's just no way a parent can understand that. I mean, I can, in my night terrors, come 1/10 of the way. But thank you. And
keep coming back.
Yeah, I hope you stay a part of this community. The
Major Weakness says, greetings from space.
Jared says, looking for cheap toolboxes. Saw a Hyper Tough box for $130. Any thoughts? It seems cheap enough. I mean, it's home DIY owner. It will hold tools. That's what it will do. Don't try to use it professionally. Don't try to use it every day, but it will hold tools. And at $130, that seems like a good price. I don't know how big it is, but if it's at least like a 40-inch, at least a half size that comes up to your waist kind of thing, great buy. And so it says, hey, is there a chat window display? Watch it. They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be, but frickin' Streamlabs, every time I got to do this, I got to like click on this and click. I'm not changing anything. I'm just kind of like refreshing it so it knows it's supposed to be working. It's still not working. Why don't you read some comments while you see if I can convince chat box to actually work.
Southern Homestead said, thank you. I will send an email to you tomorrow. I think he's talking to you.
Please do.
I can't read them if you cover them.
Yes, you can. You have your phone in front of you. Oh.
Right. I do have my phone.
I love her. Because she's so good looking.
I have my phone. That's right. You don't even know. I don't even know either.
Are you okay?
What's wrong? I almost died from the wind.
Oh my gosh, you've been sick throwing up. I'm about to think of, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, are we going to the hospital?
No, we're
What is that? I need something heavy to throw at you.
The wind picked up his house.
You better learn to dodge.
Wait. Apparently our backyard is being redecorated, is what she's saying. Yeah. Den of Tools.
Al!
She's
Go ahead. Hand me that bag under there.
He wants me to read and hand him things
Go
at
on.
the same time.
We're going to science the you know what out of this.
Now children behave is what. Oh.
Yeah, buddy, because we got tools.
So.
Read on.
What else? Bases with planes. William Logan says, okay, thanks, Robert Adams. I just found them and ordered 2 sets. Baby. Hey, Hiram Biftem says, Makita's mini router is way better than Rigid, and Rigid costs a lot more. Don't be a fool like me. Red Bear always examines financial decisions and thinks them out. So, thank you. That is true. You should definitely do your research on anything that you're going to do. And again, guys, the camera and the microphone are totally in a different place, so I'm pretty sure that 92% of this live stream, I'm not looking at you at all. Sorry. Wahawk says, Mrs. Bear is good looking, but not so smart because she did marry you, remember? That's right. We all have our moments, right? I love him. Den of Tools says if you can dodge a battery, you can dodge a ball. That's right. Invidious ignoramus. Yes, I don't have my glasses on. Neat. I'm awake for a live stream. Hello, puppers.
The dog is legit scared.
Oh, it's okay, sweetie. Come here. Did they take her outside and that's why she's scared?
I don't know.
Okay. It's okay. Come here. Come here, sweetie.
Come here. Oh, it's okay.
She's like, I'm going to be in your lap.
Come here. Come here. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Oh my God.
Is it super, super windy out there?
It's really bad outside. That's why I sent the kids out there.
Robert Evans says that he can hear and see us just fine on the 65-inch TV. That's good.
That's what we're watching ourselves on.
I can hear them yelling outside.
Oh my gosh.
Donna Russ says,
oh, we got the chat window up.
Turn you back up and drink water, is what she said. I didn't say it. She said it.
Yeah, sure she did.
She did. I just read it.
Uh-huh. I'll move the chat window over here. Oh, it's like, how about here? No, we're going to have to make it smaller because your head's too big.
I had the idea for using the air conditioner to get cold air and the engine for power for 20 years before Dodge did it in the Demon.
Hey, if you think you're bad, I tried to file an initial patent on the iPod in the 80s and didn't follow up on it. Dude, I would be owning my own chain of islands at this point. Oh. And if that were the only time, I would be okay with it. But that's not the only time I came up with something that I didn't. Anyway. Eric says, I used to work for AAA doing work in New Jersey Turnpike. Hey, I can tell you that people don't give up. You know what? When you're doing tires on the side of the road. No, they don't.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the poor police who have to deal with that
Yeah.
kind of stuff and how dangerous that job is. Got a lot of
And
friends.
you need a spotter.
Got a lot of friends in PD and guys on this channel who do that roadside assistance thing. Morel says, Jeff, just showing you that you care just more than enough. You think people appreciate what's going on. Remember, we're all humans. Well, I wish that was the case when it comes to being a parent. It's just skipping water off the surface. Southern Home says, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Leonard Ross says,
go ahead.
Bear, turn the volume up. I can't turn you up more.
Turn my volume up?
Yeah.
She's just saying that because I said no one's ever complained about it. Hold up. Well, I did turn us down, so because we were peaking. That's because you're whisper talking over there.
Just carry on. Leonard says,
"Is Net Tools is a community that supports each other?" Leonard, I'd like to think so. That's what I started the community for, was people who were like-minded, who were looking for value-priced tools, who wanted the best ROI, and to be able to afford good tools without spending more money than they could afford.
You're really behind.
Joe Smith says, Jeff's not a friend to talk to when you're having a bad day. So is Joe Smith, by the way. Let's see here. And Keith says, I live by saying cry at a birth and celebrate at death. I'm the kind of schmuck who cries at weddings too, so I love people. I love seeing people be happy. I'm ecstatically happy with the person I spend my life with. And when I see young people making that same choice and being excited, yeah. Steve says, you are making people's lives better with your videos. That's something to be proud of. It's just the bare minimum. Bare minimum that I could do. I need to do more. And every year I'm trying to up my game and do more. Asylum says, I need to go to bed. Good night.
Goodbye.
Bear wants to say, hey, Bear, I will admit, I too was a problem solver that got my pelt in some serious trouble as a cub. Didn't we all? Any thoughts on the Hyper Tough toolbox? It's a box. It works as a DIYer. If you don't have a lot of money, it will hold your tools. I mean, that's all it is. It's not a pro box. It's not a pro solution. Man, they are running and screaming out there like they're going to end up in Oz with the Lollipop Guild. Jennifer says, my son bought a set of flare net wrenches at Harbor Freight. They work just fine on his Honda. And you want points or something?
No, I'm just saying, we already read that one half an hour ago.
William Logan says, Maintenance Man has awesome live streams, as do you. He does have often live streams. The thing is, on YouTube, most people don't watch live stream. They like to watch recorded content. Because if they see a live stream later, they think, well, I missed it, so I'm not going to watch it now. And he's got some great content. He has great experience. And I want to see him succeed. And the key to that is producing videos 10 to 20 minutes that have solid content. So what's the number we saw?
25.5. We got one away. 8.9.
Yeah, I can admit 8.9, blowing on it as hard as I can in the sweet spot of this thing.
Can I try?
Sure. Just don't blow on it. Blow that way.
We're the weather team.
Because she's the...
12. Oh, it went down to 3.5. 2.6. 15.
Steve says, I went to Michigan International Auto Show. You read that? Hope the neighborhood and hope press the like button. Hey, by the way, everyone, if you want to support the channel, and I'm buying stickers and doing all this stuff is great stuff you can do. My gosh! I'm pretty sure I just saw a house land on a woman with ruby slippers. I think she deserved it. There's a small dog running around. If you know the dog, email Den Tools. No, I'm just going to say a great way to help support the channel is by hitting that like button. We really want to hit 300 likes every week. And if you guys can help with that more than donating money, doing super chats and all that, hitting that like button, getting it above 300. I hate being that person going, we need the like button. It sounds so cheesy. But I live in the YouTube universe and they write the rules and I just got to live by their algorithm. Bear, you've been blocked for 15 minutes.
Yes,
I'm a bad bear. I know, but I felt it was worth reading again. John says, I appreciate your sentiments tonight. Raymond asks, what did I miss about Ryobi? I don't watch football. Chaka hates Ryobi. That's all you need to know.
Wahawk says, you're so far behind. You're reading comments from last week's stream.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wahawk. I'm glad that somebody else is backing me
Donna
up.
Ross says, I can't even silence your spawn.
Yes.
Neither can I. I always like to look at the early mid-70s Cherokee Chief. Mike, okay, I'll be honest. If you guys don't know, and if you overbid me for it or something, that's fine. But Jennifer's got a late 70s Cherokee with the 2-door, with the all sorts of upgrades, the 400cc engine. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It needs some work on the engine, but it's just everything you want in a late 70s Cherokee 2-door. Because you want the 2-door, because that's the sporty one. Because only old men drive the 4-door. And
You're an old man.
I'm an old shush. She who is about to be in her 40s says, what?
Really? We're going to get ugly
Yeah,
now?
you called me old in front of friends.
You called me a pack rat last week.
You are a pack rat. You're a massive pack rat. You're like, you got a cape and a scepter and a crown and everything. I love you.
You are so special. You should catch up because you are in last week's live stream.
It's like old Garfield. I'm going to knock you into next week. He did a strip like that. I love that. Don't forget the Henry Ford Museum takes 2 days. That's a great museum. I swore to my late grandfather never have a Chrysler-built car, so my only Jeeps will be World War II Vinces. My Jeep was an AMC. If you do go to Michigan, maybe I'll have to pick up my tube bender that's for sale there. Oh, there you go. I gotta tell you, my favorite town in Michigan, I love South Haven. I love Holland. I love the whole west coast of Michigan. Saugatuck is my jam. So the merch link is blowing up, the new merch link. Yeah, we talked about that. Lost 80 pounds with keto. Sean says, if I ever own a Jeep, it will look like it was driven by the MASH prop line. Yeah. By the way, there's a great aftermarket in getting fiberglass hoods that look like the old Cherokees. They're awesome. I saw them at SEMA. Oh, forget the angry eyes and all the other BS. You got to get the classic hood for it.
Hey, Justin Dow.
Justin Dow, my brother, my man, how's it going? I love you. Talk about somebody who has some great content. You need to go check out. You got to check out Justin Dow's channel. You got to check out Joe Smith and Friends. He does. I'm going to be on his channel. Was it Friday? Is it Joe? We're doing after. He's going to ask me all the questions, all the background, all the dirty secrets about who I was growing up and all the stuff I've done that I can't talk about in front of children. And, where I learned my skills and where I wasted my time and all that stuff. So make sure you subscribe over at Joe Smith and Friends channel there, because that's where you're going to find out, Toolhead, William Logan, a lot of our mods. Anybody you see there with their name in blue with the little cobalt blue wrenches, we like to say, most of them are creators in their own right, or they're getting started, or they're just having some fun, putting up some videos. We like to say adopt a mod. Go over there and check out them, because this is a community. This isn't just about us. This was never just about us. This was never, when we started this, it was a hobby. It was fun. It was something I did on the side, and it grew into so much more. And I am so thankful that it has, because this is one of the biggest blessings that's ever been in my life. I look forward to every Sunday and hanging out with you all and having you be part of our family and being part of yours. But the mods come here every week and they help support the channel. They keep it family friendly. They answer questions I can't get to. They do so much that I couldn't have done. I didn't understand, starting last year when we first started live streams, I didn't understand what they could do for us. and Joe Smith came in and started doing it. I'm like, wow, we need mods. I had no idea what they could do. He educated me. So go check him out and check out everyone else. Pick one of the mods and be his patron and going out at the very least giving them a like, maybe or her, and sharing their channel. And like we say, Daughter Raw, she has the best non-content in all of YouTube.
Wahawk says, as we all know, the best channel on YouTube is hands down at Daughter of Raw.
Daughter Raw.
She's the most non-content having.
She doesn't. There's nothing on her channel that you would be offended by. There's nothing on there you wouldn't agree with.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's got like 40 subs.
Joe Smith and friends confirmed that yes, it is Friday. So
make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell over there so you can find out me getting exposed in all those wonderful fashions. Well, it says you got to get the Jeep XJ Cherokee with a 4-liter motor. That straight 6 4-liter is the boss. I love that motor. And with the 5-speed. Landon says, looking good. You can see it. Keto is awesome. I only wish I knew about it 20 years ago. It's like the secret sauce to dieting. For years, I knew I needed to get in shape, and I was working myself to the bone. I knew I needed to make a change. And 2 friends recently, Vegas Low Rollers and Nightly Nerds, and that's Nightly with a K. You need to check him out. Vegas Low Rollers is more about like slot machines and winning big on slot machines. Dude's got the touch. And Nightly Nerds, he plays video games, but he talks. He does this monologue on it. He's just wonderful to listen to. If you're not into video games, who cares? Don't listen to video games. Think of it as a podcast. He does some great stuff. I've been trying to round those 2 up to do a podcast because I really want to do a podcast with the 3 of them. They're such great guys, great people to talk to.
Our Cyrillic friend says you have the best
channel. Hey, he's back!
I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to say your name.
I wish I did.
Sorry.
The Eric says, I would love to go get 1 meal a day, but being hypoallergenic is difficult. When, I dealt with that too. And as soon as I cut out the carbs, dude, I fought that for years, and I thought I couldn't do real dieting because of it. When I cut out the carbs, it hasn't been a problem. All I'm going to say is try it for a week. Try it for 3 days. 3 days. And see if it works for you. If it doesn't work, I get it. Everyone's body is different. But if you can do it for 3 days. I messed up. One day, I had enough left. I didn't eat a big enough lunch. And I had enough left. They call it macros in keto. But in my portions of what I could eat, I had enough. I had all these carbs left. And there were 2 King's Hawaiian rolls sitting out on the counter. I'm like, I can eat those and they'll still be well under. So I ate them. And half an hour later, I turned into a velociraptor. I needed food. I needed sustenance. I was crazed. And it was not my normal self. And I realized, even though it's within my macros, that eating those carbs, eating the kind of processed, kind of sugary starches and stuff, it drove me crazy and I couldn't do it. And as long as I stay off of it, I did 32 hours without missing a beat. I could have done 48, no problem. And this week I'm going to. And if you don't believe me, you subscribe to Geek Health. Watch me do it. Tuesday, I'm going 48 hours. I'm not going to eat for 2 days. Won't be a problem. I won't even bat an eye. And then next week, I'm going to try for 3 days. And eventually, I'm going to work myself up to 7 days. Anyway, in a year, I'm going to look like Griffin. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to shrink. Yeah, this tall. This tall.
Daughter of Ra, thank you so much. She said at our Cyrillic friend, sound out your name for us. Yes.
Please do.
The phonetics or the phonics. That would be great.
No, phonetics works.
And also, I know what you meant, but it was hypoglycemic, not hypoallergenic.
Yep, I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
Because I'm borderline that way.
Well, he wrote it correctly. You just.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just trying to say.
I love you.
I know.
We're behind.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can you tell how energetic I am these days? I sleep 4 to 5 hours a night. I used to be the person who needed like 8 to 9, maybe 10 hours. I wake up at 4 o'clock going, I want to get up. I want to do stuff. I got to do stuff. I got to do things. And I lay there for an hour going, no, I need more sleep. And then finally I give up and get up. True?
Yep.
Weird. I've never been a morning person.
Yep.
Echo says, I do work that's literally sitting in casinos right now, all made with Harbor Freight tools and trying to import stuff. Me too. If you go to a casino or anywhere, you go to any casino in the U.S., and there's a blackjack machine, and it's got like a 50 or 60 or 70-inch screen behind it, and there's a bunch of like pods where you can play from, and the dealer is animated, not stop motion, but animated. That's my machine. I made that. Well, my team made that. I'm not a programmer, but I worked on I ran the team that did that. I bid it out, put the team together. I made that happen. And you'd be surprised how they're very impressed with the machines that they have that run inside that. I'm like, I could run this on a Raspberry Pi, you know. They don't want to hear that.
Paul St. Mary says, you two are so cute when you squabble. I know. He is just wrong all the time. It's hard.
Being always right, it is. Well, Hawk, whenever I lose things, I just look in the couch cushions, whoop, there it is. I just ask her where she moved it to. Zaphio says, Cordless dog? You're scratching her butt, aren't you? Yeah. She's having a spasm moment back there. She has allergies, and when you scratch her butt, she freaking loses her mind.
Did somebody not get an allergy pill today? Oh my goodness.
Zaphio says, cordless tools are really a very recent job site innovation. It wasn't long ago that pros were all using tools. I gotta say, Pro Tool Reviews, and I have some issues with some of the stuff they do, they talked about impact versus drill drivers. When I was coming up, nobody used an impact. It was all drill drivers. And you can still do everything you do with a drill driver. You don't need an impact. I'm not saying I'm getting rid of my impacts. They have their place, but they're very niche. And too many people try to do too much with a drill driver or with an impact. Drill drivers are your, like, I can really do this stuff kind of tool. Impacts have, like, I can do this, this, and this. That's it. Cordless.
Hey, Echo Falcon. Hello.
Jeff needs a Starfleet issue captain's chair. Oh, yeah. Make it so, number one.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want you to be my Uhura.
That's right.
With that little skirt.
Yep.
And the high boots. Yeah,
that's
what I'm talking about. Oh.
Justin wants to know if the Bears are new Raiders fans.
Yeah, we are. Vegas Raiders. Come on, it's Vegas Raiders. You gotta see the stadium here. I mean, it is. They're putting this like plasticine, plastic, shiny kind of. It is cool looking. It really is. And there's this giant slide open window that, you know, it doesn't look like straight east, north, or west. It looks right at like the city center part of the strip. And it's pretty cool. I can't wait to see a game there. And I've talked to the guys who work there, man. At lunch, I go by the taco trucks and the food trucks and stuff, and I talk to the guys. Yeah, they're using mostly DeWalt. Yeah, they're bought for them. We get a lot of guys with Bosch. We got a lot of guys who are working for the big crews using Hilti. But yeah, they're like, I'm like, you use Hilti? And they're like, yeah, it's the best tool out there. I'm like, you didn't buy it, did you? Why do you ask? I'm like, it's from corporate, isn't it? Well, yeah, but I'm like, yeah. Don't lie to me. Splat asks, is it normal the larger batteries seem to make tools perform at a higher performance, or is that so? It's especially, you don't notice it so much with the brushed. It's still there, you don't notice it. With the brushless, you notice it more because basically when you press the power, it creates this arc that dips into the battery. With a bigger battery, you can dip deeper into it, so you don't, it doesn't bottom out. So that is a non-technical, less abstract way of looking at it. That's not exactly right, but it does portray in the real world how the end user sees it. Robert says, ordered a pair of the small stickers. We'll post a pic of it on the shop fridge when they get here. Hey, is anybody interested in magnets? I know a lot of people don't want to put stickers on their stuff. Would you be interested in magnets instead? Looks just like the stickers. They're just like the Audubon Dan, my good buddy there on Instagram. check him out, Autobahn Dan. He does some great pictures and stuff. He's a good friend of mine. He actually got me my contact over at what do you call it, Ingersoll Rand, and because he was more buddy with him at the show than I was. It was end of the day. I was on my way out, and he stayed and talked. I'm not saying it's because of the girl with all the tattoos. It's totally because of the girl with the tattoos. Does the Predator 2000 inverter generator ever typically go lower than $499? Landon, I love you, but you don't memorize the prices like that. The people in the store don't know that. I don't know. I'd have to look. If you go to Harbor Freight Coupon Database, and you go and look at the history of the coupons, you'll find it. Take the 5-digit number and go over there and enter it. But I don't remember how low it goes. There's the big bear.
Hello.
How's my big bear?
Good. Our weather team reported.
Yeah. It's stupid windy outside.
Yes. Well, we spent like 15 minutes up there.
Yeah.
And we were like all on the ground and stuff. We built a base, but Elle wouldn't let us use her sleeping bag to see how it's.
I don't blame her.
She would like to see her.
It's funny because the first 6 months we lived here, we lived in an RV park, living in an RV. And a lot of people had these awnings. And they're like, why don't you have an awning on your RV? I'm like, because we're in Vegas and they blow away. Well, that's just ridiculous. I've got auto contract on my. There are some RVs, some high-end ones that have auto contract. Yeah. They take a minute and a half to contract. The wind here does not take a minute and a half to rip your awning off. And there was a company, she'll tell you, there was a company who lived at the RV park. This is a big place.
Yep.
This is a place that had like 2 pools, a hot tub, and a golf course. This was like a resort for RVs. This is not some little rant like rednecks. But this is high-end, $100,000, $300,000, $500,000 RVs staying here. And every day, half a dozen RVs would get their awnings ripped off. And these people would have to fix it because that's why they lived there, because they were idiots who would leave their awnings out. Because we're in Vegas. Anyway.
They want to go check the wind again.
You want
I know, you can.
You want the anemometer?
Yeah.
Go on.
How do you turn it on?
With the power button, usually.
The red one?
I'm testing him. Gonna help. See, he figured it out. He figured it out.
Yeah.
You got to help him get to the next level.
Terry says you're so far behind that he can see the future. That's
Did you see the new? Okay, we're gonna do a fast forward. Did you see the new power bump? Yes, I saw it. It's the base model. Everyone has it. It's probably just the same as everyone else's. Hi from Roswell, fellow aliens in the house. Aberkin says, I don't know anything about auto repair, but I see brake delays on Craigslist all the time. What makes the? I don't know why they don't do. Most shops don't. I think it's a cover your own, fuzzy backside thing. But nobody tunes or shaves brake pads or brake discs anymore. Nobody. Robert says that William Logan Dental Site, click at the shop at the top. Donna Ross says, Bear, turn Mrs. Bear back up.
Yeah, we already did.
Joe Smith was Merchant Marines. That is a nice alternative option. Joshua says, at then Den of Tools. By the way, I just happened to see this. It didn't show up as an orange blurb. You got to make sure you say the Den of Tools. What think Milwaukee Impact Wrench? I think in getting good lug nuts and very nice icon toolbox. How much pay for it is nice. Joshua, they sent it to me. I didn't pay anything for it. And I will be the first one to tell you that it's kind of a Gucci kind of purchase. You need to really, really justify. But not just that. Any of the high-end stuff. I was having a discussion with somebody about Strictly Toolboxes, about Snap-on, about Matco. You really, really need to justify that purchase. Otherwise, get something like the U.S. General. You'll be fine with it. Ask Justin Dow. He's lived with one for years. As far as the Milwaukee Impact, it's a boss. You won't go wrong getting that thing. If you're a pro in a bay, get it. What do you think of the new purple pinup tool cart from Sunex? Dude, the pinup, I'll be honest, I love pinup artwork. I got a buddy who does pinup artwork still. We'll have to do a whole thing on pinups. I'm a huge fan of that old classic kind of look. I love pinup stuff. I love the stuff from Sunex. I talked to him at SEMA. I've been trying to get a cart from him. Not that I have a use for it. I just love the artwork.
Is this
I don't want the one that says Eleanor. That's my daughter's name.
It got to 100.
Mike Adams says, have you had any idea
Yeah.
making or approving product didn't act on it because you always told it was a no-go, then someone else did it and getting rich from it? I never did it because someone told me it was stupid. We're having a conversation. We're actually doing a live stream. We can keep our mouths quiet right now. We're not having this conversation somewhere else. You can have this conversation somewhere else. Have it off camera, then bring it to me. We don't have a debate on camera. Right? You know this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. I love you.
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
How do you think my salute is? It seems
Your what?
bad. My salute. Can you see my thumb?
No.
Good.
It's weak. But I've never been. I learned. I had a entrepreneur a long time ago tell me that the people who get rich are the people who hear everybody saying it can't be done and then finding a way to get it done. I never listen to people say it can't be done. All I hear is I can't figure out a way to get it done, so I'm not going to try. Which to me says there's money left on the table. You should go find it. The only thing I've lost out on is I don't have the time or money to bring it to market, and that happens quite a bit. Raymond says, "Is the 10-inch Chicago Electric table saw a good saw for the money?" You mean the finger slicer 3000? I'm not a fan of that style of saw from anybody. If it's all you can afford, it's just as good as every other saw in that class. I think you can get more money used. I don't like saying that. If you watch my videos, I don't like being the guy who says, go buy it off of Craigslist. But when it comes to cheap table saws, you'll do better buying it off of Craigslist. Try to find an old Craftsman, an old Rigid, an old Delta. If you need it, it'll do stuff. It will. Just watch yourself. Robert says, space is the next frontier to be explored, exploited, and conquered. Yes, it is. Well, I thought maybe you brought me a snack.
Do you want to bite a steak?
I do.
You can't have any.
Bear says, I'll say Admiral on sale is a better deal. It comes with a blade. It does. I will say, if you can afford a few bucks more, you got to go with the Admiral over the Chicago Electric when it comes to the sliding miter saw. Codaman says, what do you think of Kennedy toolboxes? They're great boxes. I hate the paint. It's a texture thing. I don't like the crinkle. I like hammered paint. I don't like the crinkle. It drives me nuts. Eric says it's 22:30 here in Southern NJ. It was great catching live, but got to get working early in the morning. Totally understand, Eric. You have a good night. Shine on. Donna Russ says, Bear, it was up there. I'm sure it was. Mike says, I had the idea of using air conditioning to get cold air in the engine. We talked about that one. Dodge Demon. Woolhawk says, Mrs. Bear is good looking, but no smart cause, so she didn't marry you, remember. Oh, my wife is freaking drop dead gorgeous, if you ask me. I'm lucky as all heck. Bear behave. That's not going to happen.
That's
No cage that can hold me. If you can dodge a battery, you can dodge a ball. I love that movie.
Good night, Steven.
Good night, Steven. Sorry that the chat jumped on me, and Mrs. Bear isn't there to catch me on it.
That's because our son here is supposed to be,
Oh my gosh, that wind. Hey Bear, turn your back and drink water. Yeah, I know. Party's over at the Super Bowl. Yes, it is.
It's now Masked Singers.
Poor Casey. The Masked Singers. I'd heard about the show. I hadn't seen it. I didn't realize it was like some sort of like furries convention singing thing. Great work on those employees fearing the worst. Oh man, I think they're bad. TTI's done a real number on some people too. I'm really upset about that. Bear, turn up the volume. I can't hear your voice anymore.
That was from a while ago.
Have you used the products from Drill Hog? I've tested them at a convention. I've never used them in person. Got the new SLR8 wireless refrigerant leak checker today. I'd love to hear how it works out for you. Bear says, when I do tour footage, should I be trying to talk to Red or Jeff? Red's in charge of the video stuff, so you got to talk to him. Zafia says, I like real flares when working on the side of the road. People seem to actually pay attention when burning. Yeah, I get that. When something's on fire and smoke's coming off of it, people notice. blinking lights that just kind of blends into the rest of the taillights, especially at night. I'm working on a better ASVAP tutorial. Almost all of my competition is horrible. I believe that. Terry Rapser, I have a Starfleet captain's chair at the toilet.
Hey, Elkvis 201. Howdy, y'all. Thank you.
Terry, thank you so much for supporting the channel the way you always do. And Elkvis, of course, you've always been there. Love you guys. Love you both. Thank you so much. Bear says, I can confirm the drill hog bits are pretty kosher. Orbit Layer says, when can we expect the Ingersoll Rand reviews? They actually said they contacted me. They said they're sending me some stuff. As soon as I get it, we're going to do an unboxing. And then probably the next week, we're going to see a full review, put them to the test, and everything else.
Bear One is commenting about your facial hair. Says you're gonna.
It's all gone.
Says you're also gonna have to catch me up on why you look like you had a fight with a weed whacker on the beard.
It was driving me crazy. It's so warm around here in Vegas. I grow it out for the winter, and it's been in the 60s and low 70s, and I couldn't take it anymore. I grew it to keep the neck warm, and it was too much. Saved a guy buying a compressor a bit of money with my smartphone coupon database. He was so happy he bought my dead blow hammer for me with a free tape measure. A nice deal. Good job helping out someone else. Grizz says, hey Grizz, how's it going? Hey Bears from the great Super Bowl. Matt says, hey Mr. and Mrs. Bear. Woohoo, Casey Chase. Matt, you're banned for life. Wilhawk says, wow, you're so far. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying. We're doing a speed read. Someone keeps stopping me. I don't know touchy. Thank you. Hey Bears from Super Bowl. 65. No wind here in Fort Worth was 83. Woo! Working on the Mustang. Did a cow just fly by? Same cow. Your thoughts on my rig was super cool, right? I thought it was pretty cool. Raymond Howard mentions. Wilhawk says, cow, another cow. I think it was the same cow. See, we're all on the same page. I grew up in Twister. I was in Iowa, Nebraska. I used to sit on the porch drinking lemonade, watching the tornadoes go by. Wilhawk says, Jeff says, get off my lawn. I am totally practicing that. You have no idea. How about a Dodge Command car? Ooh, there you go. Raven says, I don't care the year, model. Jeeps are great. Can't beat a 4-liter engine. I want a Jeepster or a Jeep Commando in the worst way. Mike says, okay, I finished with hanging the one or two lights in my kitchen. My mother likes it so far. She was squinting due to the difference in the LED light. Yeah, it's a whole lot of light. People are surprised. Matt says, I grew up just north of South Haven in Holland. Man, it's a great area of Michigan during the summer. I don't want to be in Michigan during the winter. Walk says, we all know the best channel on YouTube is Hand Downs at Dollar Raw. Who's winning the Packers game? James says, Harrisonville, Missouri's checking in here. South of KC Metro. Go Chiefs. 50 years ago, I was 4 when we last won a Super Bowl. Also, a big hello to Justin Dow and Joe Smith. I would say I like Kansas City as a town. Used to go to Worlds of Fun, hang out there. It's a great town. The Bear Islands. Yeah, we got an archipelago all to ourselves, right? Dora says, hello from Paul Sanabria and Dora from Fresno. Thank you so much. At Dora is so awesome. She doesn't even need content. She's that good. Just that amazing. I know a guy that lost 305 pounds on keto. That my two buddies lost well over 500 pounds together. They're killing it. I hope to be right there with them. Raymond says, I had a 98 XJ. Now I have an 01 WJ, both with 4-liter engines. Mike says, I'll squeeze in big time hanging. Did I bite somebody?
No.
I'm trying to catch up.
I'm reading Matt's comment. He said he's eyeing that $100 Tool Bear tumbler. It's destined to be a collector's item.
Remember, you get what you pay for, and that is a
That's
limited.
right.
And that is a limited edition.
No,
As
it's
in,
not. It's collectors.
No, it's a limited edition. As in, there's only a few people who are going to be special enough to buy it. And just the whole people who tell me that thing's a shout out to the people who say you get what you pay for. That's what the acronym on it says. It's you get what you pay for. Who believe that if I pay more, it's obviously better quality. That is a cheap baseline generic tumbler with our logo on it. But if I make it $100, obviously it's better quality because it's more expensive, right?
Bear One says, I wasn't going to say this, but I'd be careful picking on your wife with her Louisville Slugger shirt.
Oh, she will stab me in the dark. Have no fear. Let's see here.
Hey, Mr. Dibbly.
Mike says, I'll squeeze in time to hang the second one sometime this week. Stop footsying with the tripod there. Do you think I don't know who's doing that? Is that what you think? Is it? Is it? Is it? Hello, my friends from Branson, Missouri. FYI, VCG Construction is coming out to Vegas tomorrow, Thursday, for the concrete show. I don't think I'm doing World of Concrete. It's an interesting show, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't do one meal a day. I have at least a little food in me at all times because of my reflux. Yeah, and a lot of people who do one meal a day do say that and keto do say that they deal with reflux as an issue. So I did 4 years. I used to take medicine for it, and I changed my diet. I haven't had to deal with it since. Echo Belka's in the house. Hello, my man.
Ew.
Jeff sounds like if a Labrador could talk. That may be true. I'm excited.
Need my chair back.
Are you wearing work boots? If by work boots do you mean Crocs, I am. A lot of people give me crap about my Crocs. I've got foot knee issues, and I need the most cushy, soft thing I can get. It's just what's comfortable. How many soapboxes have I burned and bearskin rugs have we made? I don't know. We'd have to look at your wall. Take a picture. Your trophies. And what exactly is Space Force? What's its purpose?
Oh, Space
Why
Force.
is someone a traitor if they don't support it? Space Force is going to be what's going to be protecting. They think it's all like what's up in space and like going to Mars and stuff like. It's what's going to be protecting launch sites. It's what's going to be protecting the infrastructure behind it. Space is the high ground. Sun Tzu says you got to take the high ground. If you don't own the high ground, you're going to lose. Look at Iraq and look at Afghanistan. It's who owns the airspace, and above the airspace is space. And these people were saying they came out with the original camos, and they were like woodland camos, and the libs were all like, "Oh, he's such an idiot" and stuff like that. I'm like, "I'm space. I'm sorry, you're wearing a spacesuit. You're not going to see the camos. The camos are when you're on the ground at launch sites, protecting trucks, protecting supply lines."
We're really behind.
I know. I'm catching up. I'll have to ask you later, but I got a masonry drill bit question that won't fit in the chat. I understand that. I was planning on putting my Snickers on a magnetic base. And Bear says, I love magnets, both vinyl and metal. I would love some Tool Bear magnets. All right, that's going to be the next run then.
And the Den of Tools ball caps.
And the ball caps. I need to get the art redone so that it will fit with embroidery. What about Harbor Freight lawnmowers? We got to wait until they see how they do. What about a polo shirt? Oh, that's the thing I didn't talk about. I found new suppliers for most of our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And most everything we have in the Den of Tools shop, denofTools.com/shop, is now not only in black bear, brown bear, grizzly bear, but polar bear sizes up to 5X. I worked real hard because a lot of you said, hey, we're big bears like you. We need the bigger stuff. We go to 5X in almost everything, including women's.
Yep.
Now, the women's V-necks we don't have, but we have a whole separate line of shirts. It's called the Curvy Women's Shirts. I didn't choose that name. That's the name for the manufacturer. But they're good-looking shirts. They all have the same logos, everything else. And I worked real hard to find 5X. That's the largest size I could find. So for those of you who are like, I'm a big bear or bigger bear, grizzly and polar bear size, now you got an option. So besides the sweatshirts, we had the sweatshirts before, so the sweatshirts go up to 5X, t-shirts, the women's shirts, so they go up to 28.
Yep. We need to catch up.
You've said that like 5 times. I'm screaming through the chat. What more do you want me to do? Just ignore people?
Just keep going. Keep going. Yep.
Where's the steak I was promised?
It was over there. I tried to feed it to you.
Yeah.
And you ignored me.
What about polo shirts? The polo shirts have to be embroidered, so we're gonna be working on that. I must be getting tired when you mentioned taco trucks. I thought you said Tonka trucks. I like Tonka trucks. Tonka trucks are pretty awesome. Have you seen the new reality show for Lego? I'm gonna be on that. I'm gonna make it happen. Looks like Harbor Freight is rolling out lawnmowers fast since they're already in the catalog. They are. I did know about the Atlas stuff. I only knew about the lawnmower. I didn't know about the other stuff. I didn't know about the dual voltage. I'm excited about it. It's going to be happening. Bear Silver, whatever. Dinner was good. The Jeep is a 401 cubic inch CC. Jennifer, thank you so much. Don't tell other people about the Jeep. I want it. It's mine. Where else says, heck yeah, I would love to get magnets. Better than stickers. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys don't want to mar up your workbenches. I don't blame you. Audubon Dan was nice enough to do his stuff on stickers. It's the least I can do. Here's an idea. Tool Bear and team travel the country making bear man caves in homes. I would love to do that. If we can get somebody to sponsor us doing that. I actually sent in a pitch to the DIY channel. Haven't heard back from them. Why don't you contact the DIY channel? Tell them that they're missing out.
Good night, Terry. Have a great night and be safe. Thank you.
Jennifer says, great news at Harbor Freight. The Hercules miter saw stand is on sale. It's a great one. Love mine. It's great. Now on sale for $150. I like mine. I've got mine locked in. I can fold it down, fold it up, don't take the saw off of it. Jeff needs Starfleet issues captain's chair. Totally agree with that. What happened to your political channel? Jason, it went away. I don't have time for all the stuff I want to do. Enough people are talking about politics. Instead of talking about politics, I live by example. That's the one thing I've always said my whole life. I don't, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone here. I am a religious person by nature. I went to school for history, philosophy, ancient religion. I'm a Christian, born again Christian, believe in Christ and Jesus Lord as our Savior. I don't preach it. I live it. And I don't need a channel to talk about it. I don't need a channel to talk about my politics. I live it by example. And so the political channel went away because I'm trying to live it by example rather than preaching it. There's enough channels out there that do that. That's their thing. I'm trying to do my thing. Bear says, Bear, you're also going to have to catch me up on why you look like... Yeah, we talked about that. David says, I'm impressed. So am I. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure that I am. Being in KC area, we saw fireworks and blowing a cheer. I bet you do.
Yeah.
I bet you do. Lucky Driver's in the house. Lucky Driver, how's it going, man? I was gonna say this, but be careful picking on your wife with it. Yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why I sleep with a helmet. David says, I'm impressed. The big guy shows emotions. That shows that you have a lot of character. Yeah, I got more than that. I'm all sorts of character. Echo says, night all, school tomorrow. I know you're working hard and you got school every morning. You do a lot. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Have a great night, Echo Belkin.
Luke says, my current everyday driver is a 96 Jeep Cherokee XJ Classic with a 4.0. Wish I had the manual 5-speed. I understand, but when you're driving every day. Yeah. James says, for Crocs, when you got bad feet and bad knees, you don't get to choose your footwear. It chooses you. When you get old, then laugh about it. Let me know how it works out for you. Karma, she does wonderful work. Hope she doesn't show up for you. Did the bear give you a shave? I was sticking my head out the window to catch a breeze, and this guy doing yard work went by and just right off. It was terrible. I also want to see Bear Keeley stuff in your shop. It's coming. It's coming. It's going to be a month or two, but it's coming. Hey, Chef, go Chiefs. By the way, I love your new logo. Definitely going to buy some merch. Thank you, Matt. Count me in for some magnets of the toolbox. Bear, you do it. Mind over matter. Thank you, Matthew. Is that the Walmart 5X or the Big Shop Real 5X? So far, what I've seen is that they're true to size. Everyone who had them has said so. Javier says, what do you think about the Jeep Trackhawk? Dude, it's fast. I saw all the new Jeep stuff at SEMA, but I've sat in the Trackhawk. I've ridden the Trackhawk. It's scary fast. I wish I had one. I would get a speeding ticket, probably lose my license, but Matt says, good on you. I feel the same way. Your name says, I'm crippin' for Jesus and seeing walking is the right walking. I mean, that's what he did. You can preach if you want, but the best thing you can do is go out there, be with the people who need the help, and show them in the light by walking the example, living the life. Preaching is just preaching. Everyone does it. Walk the walk, don't talk the talk. Andrew Leach says, why are y'all looking so skinny? Yeah, man. We're trying to do it. This is the year, man. I'm dropping some weight, going to get in shape. I thought I couldn't do it. Some friends turned me on to keto. They turned me on to 1 meal a day, calorie reduction, and I'm killing it. I'm gonna every week, man. Hardcore. Join me on Geek Health. You're gonna see it happen. Grandma says Yukon 46-inch 9-drawer 279 with coupon to Harbor Freight. It's decent. I know I love Harbor Freight. You know I'm a Harbor Freight fan. But Husky saw what happened. They corrected themselves. Husky puts out a better 9-drawer cart right now at a better price. It's deeper. It's got more features. I got to go with Husky when it comes to the 9-drawer. I love my Yukon stuff. I'm sitting at a Husky bench right now. No lie. I'm not a brand fanboy. I want to like stuff. I want to like Craftsman. There's a lot of stuff I want to like. But the reality brain says, no, you need to go with what works. Let's see here. Bear One says, going ahead for hibernation, wear your helmet, shine on. Also, maybe an oxygen mask to prevent suffocation from the pillow.
Yep, he has one.
Yep. Jennifer says, we had a Kennedy tool chest for years. They always look filthy. They do, don't they? They look like someone pooped on them. I don't like the wrinkle paint. Hammered paint is classy. Wrinkle paint looks like you just didn't take care of it. Hiram says, that's the nicest, most sensible thing I've heard any Baptist Christian say in a really long time. You don't proselytize, and that's not what is needed. Not meant as a trolling. No, you're right, Hiram. When you go out there and you proselytize, people, they turn off. When they see you walk the walk, when they see the example. I learned it from my kids. If you just lecture them, they don't care. But when you walk the walk and you live it, that's when they believe in you. Ooh, look, steak.
Yeah, not me.
You're delicious, though. Oh, that steak is so dead. Look what they did to this. Look at this. Still steak. I'm like, just walk the cow past the grill, maybe curl a few
Yeah, he
hairs.
wants it to still have a name.
I want to have a
like,
conversation with him,
talking
ask him
to
how
it.
he's doing.
Mhm.
How was his day?
No.
Mind if I eat you?
No.
I don't care what his answer is. I'm still going to eat him.
Nice.
Answer some questions.
Wahawk says, round as a sheep. That is true. Den of Tools, I love your new logo, but I miss your old intro. Oh, and when is the bear going to get a Makita shirt?
I did one at one point. I should do another one.
Your name says, I feel like keto and cocaine is the same thing. It gives me a ton of energy and I lose weight. Wait a minute, all the way.
I wouldn't know anything about
we're
that.
a family channel, and I would say do keto.
By the way, I'm caught up.
Yes, D-Diz. It says, at the Den of Tools, today is my born again birthday, 40 years. Happy birthday!
Good on you, man.
When is Harbor Freight coming out with an 11 millimeter flare nut wrench?
I have no idea.
Daughter Frost says, Tool Bear, shh, and eat it. That's right.
So here's what I got to tell you about Harbor Freight. They are in mad production mode right now. They're trying to bring out all this new stuff this year. It's supposed to be the year of Hercules. Whole new stuff for Icon. All this new stuff, the Atlas stuff, everything else. And, all the stuff's made in China. And what just happened in China? Wuhan happened.
Yeah.
And Eric, man, I can't say enough about this guy. And I know I sound like some sad sap fan bear and stuff about it. Every other CEO I've ever known in my life would be like, wear a mask, you'll be fine. What does Eric do? I don't care. We'll lose millions over this. You guys stay home until this all blows over. Man, that show. Talk about character. You talk about me stepping up going to here. Yeah, here you can have a refund. You can have some of the free stuff. This dude's like, no, we'll give up millions because I don't want you guys to get sick with Wuhan.
Yeah. Well,
that's character.
Yeah.
DeWalt's all like, made in America from imported parts and blah, 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 blah. We pay some guys minimum wage to make you all think that it's real American made in factories. And Eric's over there going, no, we'll give up millions of dollars in income just to keep you guys safe.
Yeah. Wahawk says that you need a Ryobi shirt for Shaka. Den of Tools, what about the coffee maker from Bauer?
coffee maker
from Bauer.
I pitched it to him. I told him when somebody came up and said we need the what's the little packet thing, the ones where it's single serve.
Oh, the Keurig.
The Keurig. We need the Keurig coffee maker from Bauer. I told him I've passed this on. I even did a mock-up in well, not Photoshop, Paintbrush, because I suck at Photoshop. And they got a good chuckle out of it. I've told them that we need it. And a pizza maker.
Javier says, how many work shirts does Red have in his wardrobe?
I will look it up.
Jennifer Whitewolf says, I have bacon on my channel. She also says
bacon.
that when your husband opens windows, then his wife can't read the chats anymore. Oh wait, I have a phone. Never mind.
I'll put it over on my side. I'm putting it on my side.
Okay. So while he's looking it up, Javier, I'm going to go to Paul St. Marie. The true classic finish is wrinkle tone black with a nice chrome toggle switches and plastic pilot lights with chrome rings. It looks like some 40s era electronics, for examples. Cool. That's kind of cool.
I have 64 shirts.
Cool. Maddo Little Elks Wells. What's good, Brother Bear? Keto. I'm on a keto eating bear too. Cool.
I gotta tell you, so for me, changing to keto allowed me to avoid the whole being hungry thing. And when I went to one meal a day, I thought, this won't work. I can't do this. I get hypoglycemic. I can't do this. I did the first day. I'm like, I didn't even notice. By the end of week 1, I was like, this is amazing. This is super easy. And then I started doing the calorie deficit. And I started doing the extended fasting. Everything I tried, that's been easy. I tried this. That's been easy. This has been easy. Oh, my Amazon package shipped. That was easy too.
Is that what that was?
That's what that was. If you heard that beep, that little chime thing, it was Amazon telling me my package shipped. And it's just everything I've done has been like, this is great. It's like keto's the baseline, and then you add 1 meal a day, and that's like you change the diff. You put a new what do you call it? I just forgot what it's called. This is how late it is. But it's just souping everything up. And then you start doing the extended fasting. And that's like the nitro in the engine. And it's just all stacking on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other. Email me. Red at Dinner Tools. We want to talk about dieting. We can talk about dieting. Go over to Geek Health. I would love to have an open conversation so everyone else can see the same thing. If you're not doing it, that's fine. But if you want to talk about what you're doing to be healthy, I was a 3-sport athlete. I played hockey since I was 7. I played football varsity. I wrestled varsity. And then when I got out of school, I got into construction, all that other stuff. But then I was also still missing that team sport kind of thing. And I got into judo and jiu-jitsu and martial arts, and I competed. I used to have all sorts of trophies and medals and stuff. And until I blew out my knee at some cheap ass school with bad mats. But anyway,
Family channel.
Not family. It's just still family. Our family. Anyway, the point is that for many, many years, and then I got a desk job. And then I sat behind a desk and I worked myself to the bone trying to provide for my family, trying to put more hours, become more successful, get more money to provide, to do more things for my kids and my wife, to provide her the life that she didn't have when she was growing up, to give her the security and that she didn't have to worry about where her next meal was coming from. Because when she was younger, and I know she doesn't like to think about this, but, her life wasn't always the easiest. And it wasn't the fault of her parents or anything else. It was just life and the way things happen. And I didn't want to be the guy who put her in that situation again as an adult, because I promised it wouldn't happen. And as such, I sacrificed my own body and my own health to make it happen. So this is me trying to pull that back, because I also don't want to leave her with 3 kids.
That's right.
So we're trying to be better. I'm trying to be better.
We are going to try to catch up Fred Hill, $199. Looking at getting a used Jeep. I'm thinking of V6. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you for the $199.
I'm a huge fan of 6-cylinders. I like the straight 6, but the V6 is a good compromise.
Daughter Frost said she lives so close to an Amazon warehouse that she generally gets 1-day shipping.
So do we here. We get
yeah.
1-day shipping on most stuff. She also said shush and eat it. So
yes, about
the steak. I get it.
And is it Mashik? The Den of Tools, has the bear ever tested the Harbor Freight dado blade set for table saws?
I have not. I have not. I hate to be biased, but like I have an Irwin set and it works for me. I don't do a lot of dado stuff, but if I need it, that's where I go. I know that the Diablo set is also good, and when I've seen some bad accidents when it comes to dado stuff. I'm just gonna stick with the stuff that I know works. When will Harbor Freight get brushless stuff? Bauer and Hercules, probably end of the year. Hitachi Matabo's handheld belt sanders made in Malaysia. Maybe Eric will start talking to some people about the SE in that area. Malaysia's expensive these days.
Fred Hill says, I think get a used Wrangler Unlimited? Question mark. Ding, ding, ding.
Jennifer asked, did anyone buy that $100 sippy tumbler? Oh yeah, we're getting ready to retire.
Yeah.
No,
no one has bought that.
It was at $35, and I made fun of myself. And I had some of you actually, step up and say that they appreciated that I was being honest. It was ridiculously overpriced. At $35, it wasn't a price I set.
Mm-hmm.
It was the price from the company.
That's one of the things when we are doing merchandise and things like that, that makes it difficult is, we have to work with somebody else's pricing. I
don't have a tumbler machine shop back there.
No. We did have some creative ideas about how to make our own
tumblers.
tumblers.
That was a great idea. You should tell them.
So my idea was that we could sell tumblers that were designed by us. So
no, we'd buy like the Harbor Freight tumbler.
I'm about to tell them. No more drinking here. You just have some steak. That we get the Harbor Freight tumblers, and then we could design them and make them beautiful with our stickers. So then they would be.
We were going to send it to them as a kit.
Oh, right. Yes, that's right. We were going to sell kits where we send you the Harbor Freight tumbler and the stickers, and then you can assemble it yourself at
home.
With
instructions
it's like
and everything.
A DIY project. Like anyone could do it. Like your cousin, the one that still lives at home. Yeah, anyone could do it. So that was our idea.
We're a lot fat on that piece.
Yeah, that was the fat part. Yep, that's very keto. Somebody mentioned that they already do one meal a day, that they just need to cut out the carbs. And it is, it's difficult in the beginning, but just remember that it will get better. It's going to be a little funky in the beginning, and that's why it's great to have somebody to reach out to.
I got friends who say they do one meal a day, but they don't mean to.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
There was half truth to Alex Jones' Lizard Stories. If you've ever been to Vasquez Rocks National Park, my boy, that's a TV show. Gold is not your color. Think earth tones.
Mm-hmm. I think that we should get the little people in bed pretty soon.
We should. We should cut it late or
you mean
early. So I'm gonna catch up with the comments. We're gonna cut it a little half an hour early here. What is a skill you haven't shown us yet? I was impressed to see you work on tech and other things. Well, I got a lot of skills. I think of myself very much as a Renaissance man in the old classic sense. What do I know how to do that I haven't talked about on the channel? I can distill. I can sew. With a machine, I can sew with the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be stunned what I can make. So what it was in middle school, it was offered as an option for first. Home ec was offered as an option for first period, and me and my buddy thought, we learned that they made food, and we're like, since we were always like running late, we always missed breakfast. We're like, we can get breakfast, and we will be the only guys in class. It'll be all women. We're all the hot girls in school, and it was totally that. But part of what we did in home ec was we learned how to sew, And it's a machine. It's a tool. I took to it like a duck to water. And I love to sew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make like doilies or anything. I make like punching bags and, duffel bags and stuff like that.
But if your daughter came to you and said, Daddy, I really need...
I could set up a sewing machine like nobody's business and show them how to do all sorts of different stitches and everything.
Yep. Rodman Dealerman says, sorry I'm late. I don't have a note from my mommy either. Well, you're in trouble.
Back in the class with you. But no, I can reupholster furniture and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Daughter Ross says, Ricky isn't up to do his shine on. Well, I hope that Ricky is feeling
shine
better.
On.
And we loved the video that we got earlier.
Corin. Is it Corin? Is that his name?
I think so. I keep wanting to say Colin, but I don't think that's right. I can't reach it.
Corin says hi. Corin. I got it right. That's our adopted bear if you're at the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery in West Yellowstone, which West Yellowstone is my second favorite tourist trap in the United States. My first favorite is Pigeon Forge, and what's the town just south of Pigeon Forge?
I have no idea because you didn't take me there, so I don't know anything about it.
My third favorite is what do you call it? Key West.
Again, not a place he's taken me.
Well, I love you.
Yeah.
And anyway, well said, nothing's more important than taking care of family. As my grandfather said, family is not everything, it's the only thing. And I'd like to think you are all part of our family too. And I'm not just saying that because that's really the kind of people we are. Because if those guys don't know it, and gals, I'm a ordained minister, and the sermon I use when I give weddings, and I've given more than a few, is that family is not just the people you're born with, it's the people you choose. And that choosing your family is probably more important than the family you're born with. And that love is something that we give, and the more we give, the more we get. Bear put the shot glass back. Raw. You and your flamethrower don't scare me.
They should.
They should, but they don't.
This is flammable, so yeah.
Check out Bunker Branding for merch. I gotta get over 100K before they'll accept me. Sounds like Snap-on Tools could go the way of Sears. I got a buddy who's in Montana, which is where we spend our summers, our house and stuff. And we think of ourselves as Montanans first. And I got a buddy who lives up there. He works on the railroads. He uses Snap-on every day, and he and I have emails a couple times a week. We go back and forth. He's probably listening right now. I cannot begin to tell you the evil that company has done. Sears is bad. Snap-on is worse. And I know you guys think that I just like to harp on them and be like a Harbor Freight tool fan bear and stuff. I honestly think Snap-on is an evil corporation, and we can do another video on why. Tim and I, T&M Diecast reviews. Hey, Tool Bear and Tool Bear's boss.
I'm assuming that's me.
Yeah. Paul St. Maurice, +1 for Freud or Forrest. What's the best tool set? Oh, Jeffrey, that is such a vague question. You got to give us more information on it.
Do with it.
Are you looking to throw it at people? Are you looking to fix cars? Do you want to build houses? Do you want to work on die-cast miniatures? What are you going to do? Yeah. Ronald says, V6 motors, late model Jeeps are a piece of junk. There's only good for boat anchors. Pennstar V6 Jeeps are much better if you can afford it and buy a crate diesel. I do like those diesels. Rodman says, if there's a chance you might review some dash cams. I do. I have 6 dash cams mounted in my truck right now, recording. I'm collecting a lot of data. I'm trying to find the best videos. I got to do some nighttime. I'm going to drive down the strip and get them. Literally 6 dash cams right now in my truck.
It's not a figure of speech.
No. Ask Christina Marie. She saw them. She almost choked when she saw them. Any Snap-on news? Stock falling. No trucks visit here. Dude, something's going on with Snap-on. I am getting emailed left and right about people who are like, my Snap-on guy disappeared. I haven't seen him in years. There's something going on with the Snap-on. Also, there's a huge back order on the boxes. Don't know what's going on. Their stock's falling. IR came out. Hard Freight came out with the 0% interest. this may be Rome burning here, guys. If you can short stock, I'd short Snap-on. I own no Snap-on stock. I have not shorted any Snap-on stock. I'm not financially invested in any way, shape, or form in any company that may benefit from it.
Daughter of Ra says that she's also an ordained. She says, I am also ordained. It was an emergency situation. I think a lot of people, that's how they come to that.
It was an emergency situation, don't you know?
Anyways, Jennifer
I love that
Whitewolf
accent.
said, will the flu interrupt general Chinese imports? I would say yes.
It is. It already has been interrupted because they're worried about the people on the boats coming in. It's not going to interrupt the merchandise so much, but because the crews have to be vetted, they're slowing down the boats coming into port and how quickly they can get offloaded. I'm working on it. Hiram Buffett, on a serious note, I'm not sure if it put a board vertical through a joiner machine, it will violently whip around due to organic wood cell structure. Thank you for that. I'm not sure what that means. I'll have to figure that out later. Hiram says you will experience similar aggravating but not dangerous problems if you use the wrong blades in a jigsaw against the end grain. That I do understand. Craig says every time you are an ordained minister, I think of the wedding scene in the movie The Jerk. Rodman said, I love that movie. Excellent. I've got a mini 0906 that I love. The 0906 Pro is supposed to hit any day now. Once I had a Snap-on guy who was selling tools that got turned into to be repaired. He stole mine. Yeah, I had a story. A guy called me the other day, was talking about that the Snap-on guy, he was out sick. He was like hit by a car or something, and he was out for something like 3 weeks. And the Snap-on guy went into his tool chest and took tools and said, "Well, now we're even." And it was $600 worth of tools. He owed the guy $150. And as I said to him, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that story. It happens all the time. These people who are like, Snap-on's great, I've never had a problem with them. That's great. But you're not seeing the forest for the trees. You're standing in front of one tree and you're like, this tree looks great. The rest of the trees are on fire, burning to the ground, but your tree's fine. That means it's okay, and you should tell everyone that they're liars. Anyway, that's it for today. It's 8:39. We're cutting it early. Thank you, everyone who joined us. By the way, don't forget the Adopt a Mod program. Before you leave tonight, A, please hit the like button. We really need the help. It really helps. B, thank you for everyone who supported us with super chats. That's just awesome. It blows my mind every time somebody does that. You guys are miracle workers. Thank you for everyone who's been here, everyone who's shared their story, their experiences. We love this community. It means the world to us. I love being here every Sunday with you all. And please say thank you for being part of this community by going to one of the mods. Those are people with the blue names with the wrench behind their names and saying thank you and checking out their videos. Maybe at least like a video. Give them a thumbs up. That helps them too. Maybe consider subscribing. All right? Anyway, that's all for us. There will be a video tomorrow and then not another video until Thursday. Hopefully it'll be a good quality video. Let us know what you think of the new format. Also, if you want to go over to denatools.com/shop, you can get the new the 4-inch stickers and the new mini stickers, as well as all the new 5X merchandise, the Grizzly and the Polar Bear sizes. We really appreciate you all. Take care. God bless. Boo Chiefs. Thank you all. And as always, shine on.